Dale and Jackaroot, I'm Brent Musburger, welcoming you to Michigan against Boston College after Notre Dame's dramatic victory by a field goal over the Longhorns down in Austin, Texas. So the coin flip down below on the field. David Vitvet is our referee here today. It's a Big Ten crew. So Boston College has won the flip. They have deferred. We'll be back with the kickoff in a moment. Fan settings in college football. Ann Arbor, Michigan. To many of us, this will always be the big house, regardless of the crowd that shows up in Knoxville today. John Madich with the ball on the tee for Boston College. Low bounding kick out of bounds. It's going to come out on the 35-yard line as a result of that penalty. So Scott Dreisbach and the Wolverines will start off with excellent field position here today. Dreisbach, of course, is unbeaten as a starting quarterback for Michigan. He wears number 12, and he's a can-do sort of guy. There for his career, he's completed over 50%, 5 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. The Chili's backs and receivers now for the Wolverines. Clarence Williams, number 33. He is maturing into the big play tailback. Chris Floyd, number 7, is set right in front of him. Dreisbach throws complete. Russell Shaw, the JC transfer, down to the near sideline after picking up a couple of yards. Let's take a look now at this offensive line. Anchored by a fella who is 6'4", 290 pounds, a senior from Miami. Rod Payne is one of the good ones. And he'll be blocking against this front 7 for Boston College here today. There you can see the middleman is Brian May, number 46, leading tackler here on the Eagles. Second down, and now the toss to Williams, looking for an alley on the left side. Bounces off, but a very good hit by number 26, Shalom Tolfree, who's an outstanding defensive back. Here's a young man with a future for the Eagles. He came up and made a fine stop that time. Darrell Porter, number 44, the safety. This team was embarrassed last week by Virginia Tech. Don't be surprised if at least for one half, Boston College surprises you completely here today. It is now 3rd down and 8 on Michigan's first series of the game. Michigan has to feel awfully good about itself, having beaten Colorado. Let's see when they realize that Boston College has come to play. Dreisbach wants to set the screen, and he does to his fullback. A beautiful play across midfield. First down, Wolverines.
Well, Freddie Jackson, the offensive coordinator, said he was going to get some screens into the ball game early, and he gets there at the right time on 3rd down. When you get those big offensive linemen out in front of a running back, they get it out there to Chris Floyd, number 7. They lay it off. Not a heavy rush. You'd like more rush on the screen. Good technique, good lineman out in front. He gets a critical block downfield.
A 14-yard gain on the Floyd reception. He'll set up at that fullback spot to the short side of the field. They run a slot formation to the Wolverines. Now Williams is in motion outside to the left. Floyd straight ahead and read beautifully by Stalin Kolinet, the former defensive end, now playing tackle, 260-pound senior. He creamed him.
You know, Phil Elmasian, the defensive coordinator for Boston College, said last week they didn't do too bad on 1st and 2nd down, but they did a terrible job on 3rd down, allowing them to convert 9 of 12 situations, Brent. Now they allowed them to convert this first one today. They've got to play better on 3rd down. Dan Henning.
2nd down and 9 for Dreisbach of the Wolverines. Again, slot right. They're going to bring Williams around and hand it to him on the end around. Dreisbach leads the way. There's an alley. He's got the field to run. 25 out of bounds inside the 20-yard line.
Well, they were in an unbalanced line. They were in an unbalanced line, and everybody moved over. Now you can see they start the ball going in one direction there. Get it handoff. Now Dreisbach, number 12, the quarterback. Good block here. He's leading. He's looking for somebody to hit. Rod Payne, 52's out in front. Dreisbach is a good athlete. He can run. He's looking for someone to hit. There he gets a knockdown block for a quarterback.
That's a 32-yard run for Williams. Michigan used that play against Colorado, but the Buffaloes ate it up last week. Now a tight end flexes over to the wing on the left-hand side. One running back. Penalty flag has been thrown by the linesman. Completed pass to the 12-yard line, but this one could be coming back.
Boston College plans to play more man-to-man coverage and allow the defense to attack a little bit more against that big offensive line. Down here, the man-to-man coverage can help you down here.
Last week, Michigan, the beneficiary of numerous Colorado penalties. But here today, the Wolverines with a big 5-yarder. It'll be 1st and 15, and the ball has been brought back to the 21-yard line here in the opening minutes of the first quarter.
It would have been a big morale boost to Boston College defensively if they could have stopped them in that 3rd and long situation, Brent. Now you get Michigan down here in this red zone. As you saw by that graphic a second ago, they're very effective down in here because they're big and strong and they can both run and pass.
Ty Streets. He's split out to the left side for the Wolverines. Butterfield is the flanker on the right. Another penalty flag comes down.
Big John Jansen, the offensive right tackle, moved.
You can see Porter behind the ref. He's applauding.
Offense. 5-yard penalty.
And the Wolverines self-destructing. So the youngsters perhaps a little fat-headed after their big win, and it'll take them a while to settle down and concentrate. Those are the kind of mistakes those of you who watch know full well that Michigan did not make last week against Colorado. It is now 1st and 20. Ball back to the 26-yard line. A tight end is in the fullback spot. They load right hand. Now Williams. Nothing doing. BC jumped him at the point of attack. Led by number 10, Pedro Serino, along with Ryan Reckley, the talented freshman out of Deerfield Beach, Florida, who drew a start today for BC. He was in on that stop.
You can see these BC kids are attacking the offensive front of Michigan, and you know they've done a good job on these first down situations. Now if they can hold up on 2nd and long and 3rd and long, they'll be right in this football game.
Well, here's one of them. 2nd and 20 coming up now, Coach. Floyd lining up at that fullback in front of Williams. Drives back, straight time, intercepted. Picked off at the 10-yard line by Porter. 25, steps out of bounds at the 30. Darryl Porter playing center field, picks off the drives back pass.
He was sitting in the center field position, just watching the quarterback's eyes. He threw it down the hole, didn't see the safety.
Of 2 Hasselbecks who quarterback at Boston College. Matt is the starter. He's the junior. Now your Chili's backs and receivers for BC here in Ann Arbor this afternoon. Dennis Hardy, number 18. Coaches like him. He gets a start today. They're going to try to get the football into his hands. Offensive line. They've had a change at center because Damian Woody is out with an injury. So Brian O'Connor becomes a focus. Can he handle Jared Irons if he has to straight up? And how about Carr slanting right there, the nose man on him. A lot of tight end in motion, and they will run right straight ahead. Lee Quinton is hit by Jared Irons. The turnover deck.
To the right side of your screen, number 44, Darryl Porter, the safety, sitting in there. Now, as the ball snaps, he's just going to sort of sit in there. He's moving the direction. He looks at the quarterback's eyes. He's looking left. He moves left. He doesn't read him. He dissects that perfectly and runs it out of bounds. Big turnover.
Jared Irons with the first big stop. 2nd and 10 now for Hasselbeck and BC. Again using the tight end in motion. Load on the right side. Come back with Quinton into the middle, and this time he gains 3 yards.
Dan Henning came into the ballgame. He runs his own offense as the offensive coordinator and head coach at Boston College, wanting to establish the running game, Brent.
Sam Sword, number 93, making the stop. He plays alongside the big fella, number 37. There's also one of the great defensive backs in college football today, number 2, Charles Woodson, over on the left side. He goes out now with the split end. He presses at the top of your screen. 3rd down and long. Pollock in motion. It drew Michigan across. Now with a free pass. Hasselbeck goes deep. Incomplete, but it was a free shot. Michigan was offside.
Must have used a hard count on it. Barked it out real sharp and loud and pulled that defensive across. I didn't see any offensive lineman move.
They would have stopped it had it been. Ben Huff was the defender who jumped in, and it's offside. Down we go now to Jackaroo. Jack?
Well, Brent, you want to be a starting quarterback for BC. I think maybe the way to do it is to hassle the coach. Now, Matt Hasselbeck was not the starter in the first game at Hawaii. And when he was quoted in the newspapers, here's what he had to say about not starting. He said it's absolutely ridiculous. It's the stupidest thing in the world. So what does he do? Come off the bench in Hawaii. He does a good job. Then he gets beat by Virginia Tech, and he's here now.
Obviously, it was a ridiculous decision. Pollock again now coming to the left-hand side. And they run Clinton. They try to get the first down. I believe he was stopped just short. Huff is there defensively. And we'll see where they spot that ball. But it appeared to be short of the first down.
Well, Ben Huff owed him one. He gave him the 5-yard penalty by jumping off sides. This time he makes a nice play by coming inside out and making the play as he should as a defensive lineman. His dad was an All-American linebacker here. Lloyd Carr likes that play.
It is 4th down and 1. The ball on the 41, and BC makes an early statement. Boston College is going for it. Tight formation. How do you like this? Henning says we can get the yard. Jammed up. They don't get it. They're stopped at the 40. Joaquin Fazell, number 90, plugged the gap. Wolverines ball. Oh, boy. Tough time to gamble.
I think it's too early to gamble, Brent.
Oh, baby.
You know, they came into the ball game not thinking they had a great chance to win, but if Michigan played down a little bit and they played well and they sort of set them up by not playing well last week, they could win this football game or keep it close going into the 4th quarter. Well, doing that, I really think he's going to second-guess himself badly on that call.
Michigan opponents are now 0-4 on 4th down. Scoreless first quarter. Michigan now playing with a very short field. Drives back, I'll have a single back. It's Williams behind him. That's Shaw, the motion receiver, coming down through the formation. Williams in the middle. Blasts for about 5 yards before he's stopped by Darrell Porter, number 44.
When you talk about the middle, that's a great term, Brent, because Damon Denson, the left guard, Rod Payne, the offensive center, who might be the best one in the country, and Zach Adamy at right guard, those people, those inside three, are as good as anybody we'll see probably all year. They can attack you straight ahead and knock people off the line of scrimmage and give a fine running back room to run.
Tyrone Butterfield checks in with the play. He's down the bottom of your screen, the wide receiver. Quick pop. This is High Streets. Streets first down to the 25-yard line. An 11-yard gain on that pass to Streets.
Well, Fred Jackson, the offensive coordinator for Michigan, said he was concerned about controlling the ball against an 8-man front defense like Boston College runs, so they were going to incorporate quick passes on first down. Good call by Fred Jackson. Good design. Good thought.
Gambling on 4th down. BC lets Michigan play with a short field, and the Wolverines with a first down on the BC 25-yard line. And a timeout has been called by Dreisbach and Michigan. So we'll take a break and come right back. Scoreless, 8:22 left in the opening quarter. Brought to you by Ford Escort. It's new, it's nifty, made for the smart, the intelligent, thrifty. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be. Chili's Grill and Bar, home of the Big Mouth Burgers. And Napa Auto Parts Stores. At Napa, we keep America running. So Boston College hopes to dig in one more time. Michigan threatened earlier, and Porter picked off an interception. Now the Wolverines, 1st and 10 at the BC 25-yard line. Chris Floyd is the lone running back. Butterfield slotted to the left. This is Floyd looking for daylight. Won't get it. Loses a yard on the play as number 44. I think we're going to call his number all day long. I think Darrell Porter, Dick, is exactly what you said he was. One of the best tacklers you've seen in the secondary.
Well, he started at corner for him for 3 years. They've moved him to safety in this new defensive scheme because it is a critical position. He's tied up a lot man-to-man, and he has to be able to come up inside out and make tackles just like he did at that time.
Oh, it's tough to force your defense to play with half a field when they open up the way they have, but nevertheless, 2nd and 11. There's that quick pop to Streets. They close in a soft corner, and Streets to the 19-yard line with Toll-Free making the stop there. Now, Dick, what does the defense have to do if they're going to throw that short, quick pass like that?
With this style of defense, they have very little coverage when they're in the 8-man front where they can go up and press them. They have to get out of that front and move the corners up. They can do that, but it's not their basic run-down defense.
Clarence Williams checks in, and you can see what BC has done. And of course, that streak ended the last time down here as Michigan fired an interception. Now, 3rd down and 4 with Dreisbach coming straight back to the 25, and his receivers are covered short of the 1st down. This is a field goal coming up now for Michigan. John Coleman is there, and again, BC's defense, Dick, standing very tall in this game.
Well, this is what he did. The back came out of the backfield on that. When it came out here, with experience, he'll lay that off. He didn't lay it off. It's there. Lay it to him. Get it out there, rather than just scrambling like that.
So it's Remy time, and here comes Hamilton for a 35-yarder. The veteran field goal specialist from Boca Raton, Florida. He's a senior. Pulls that one. No good. BC survives 2 Michigan scoring threats. Porter intercepts, and now the Wolverines have missed a field goal. And BC fans everywhere take heart at this start.
This guy does not normally miss them from that distance, and that has to give the BC defense a tremendous emotional lift. Coming off that performance last week, emotionally they've got to gain great confidence right there, and confidence in a new scheme. Looks like he got in a little too close to that football with that plant foot.
Now Lee Quinton is still a running back behind Hasselbeck. And that's Todd Pollock, one of the tight ends in motion. Wingman now. Fake to Quinton. Hasselbeck. Hassled and down. Sacked at the 9-yard line by Glenn Steele.
See, that's the disadvantage of being so concerned about pass rush. They were sacked 7 times last week, as we said earlier, so they're keeping more people in to protect, fewer people in the pattern. He couldn't find a guy open. Had time to throw it, nobody open, he gets sacked.
Scoreless in Ann Arbor. Michigan threatens twice. BC holds. Now it is 2nd down and 17 after the 7-yard loss on the Steele sack against Henning's offense. Watch this offense set up, ladies and gentlemen. More movement by tight ends than probably any school in the country. There'll be 3 jumping around from wing to wing. Now Hasselbeck's back blitz. Slips free to the right. On the run. Downfield cut. At the 30-yard line, close to the 1st down. The catch is made by number 11, Anthony DeCosmo, out of Fair Lawn, New Jersey.
They brought the right corner from the right side of your screen on a blitz. You'll see him get Hasselbeck. Doesn't see him. Now he sees him. He ducks underneath him and gets out there. Good poise by this young quarterback. Good throw by this young quarterback. Good catch by this very young wide receiver.
Remember, only 1 foot has to be down and inbounds in the college game. 2 in the NFL. They get 17 out of that for a huge 1st down for BC. 5.5 minutes left in the 1st quarter and still no score. Pollock in motion to the left. They run Quinton in that direction, and he's whipped that time. Ben Huff is right there, number 53.
Ben Huff playing like Sam Huff, huh? Knocking people around. That's the 2nd good defensive play he's made. He's a real good athlete. You know, he won the state discus championship in high school. He's more than just a one-dimensional defensive lineman. He's an athlete playing that position. That's therefore making big plays.
Football weather. Gray, overcast day in Ann Arbor. Some rain perhaps later this afternoon. 3 down defensive linemen. Hasselbeck gets time. Fires over to the left, and that one is complete into the hands of Dennis Harding with Charles Woodson. You're not going to make a living throwing at Mr. Woodson.
And you don't want to throw it very often at Mr. Woodson. The freshman of the year in the Big Ten last year, and then also all Big Ten by vote of the coaches. An outstanding corner, maybe right now as a sophomore, the number 1 player in the country at that position. He has some competition for that title, but he belongs being mentioned within that group.
Here's 3rd and 4 now for Hasselbeck and BC.
They have to convert these, Brent. They have to.
Dragos is on the right, the tight end. Picks up the rush man. Now Hasselbeck will go down in the hands of number 6, David Bowens. A penalty flag has been thrown.
It's a short stop action where he starts to roll one way and get outside. He starts back and then rolls one way. He gets pressured back to the inside, and here comes David Bowens, number 6. He's as fine a young football player as they have on this football team. That's his 5th sack already.
Penalty is declined.
I'll bet they punt this time.
They better.
I'll bet this won't be a fake.
Yeah. I'll tell you, that defensive team did Dan Henning a big favor in stopping him after that fake punt. He ought to buy them all a big burger after this one.
Well, he didn't even fake it. He just lined up and tried to get it.
Run it. That's right. Excuse me.
Now Winters, Chuck Winters is back deep, and here comes Jason Malecki. He'll be standing inside the BC 15-yard line when he receives the snap. BC had a big punt block last week by Virginia Tech. This is almost going again. They were right down the middle on him, but it gets a BC roll off a deflection. How about that? Rolling in was number 5, Mike Elston, right up the middle. He tipped the ball, but BC's getting the breaks early. It was 55 and not 5. Donnie Jones who rolled in. He's a freshman from Maryland.
And he knocked the punter down, but he hit the ball, so no roughing the kicker. You can see this, ladies and gentlemen, right up the middle, 55. He leaps out there like he should, and that left hand just flicked that football. Therefore, he can really deck the punter.
And look at where it rolled, way back to the 9-yard line. That's where Scott Dreisbach on the toss now to Williams. Big hole on the right, 25. To the 31-yard line, 11 yards.
This guy is becoming a man at that tailback position. Last year he played at about 175 pounds. Right now he's at 190 pounds. He's strong, he's elusive. He also has outstanding balance. Some of those 6- and 7-yard runs he made last week against Colorado were outstanding runs.
Coach, he's now carried 5 times for 48 yards, and BC is very soft on the corners. They've thrown to the wide receivers standing out there. Now they have slanted Williams, and Michigan is finding real estate on both the right and the left.
Look for them to change to their bare 46 front defense.
Here's the toss. They'll look for that over on the left side this time. Williams has got it again. Coach, they got to change. That's 12 yards that time.
Yeah, see, they're not getting any outside contain, and the reason they're getting that H-back in motion or tight end out there in the wing position, regardless of which way they go, and blocking the corner force. That time they blocked number 10, Serino, and he couldn't get in the face to turn it back inside. If you give this guy room, he'll put it in the end zone. And Dan Henning said, get in his face. Get in, contain that ball.
Williams now will take a break. Coach Carr, what a wonderful person he is. It's nice to see a longtime assistant move up, find some success. 1st and 10 for the Wolverines. Ball at the 43, and it's stopped before the snap, and that's going to be a penalty against Michigan.
Brent, this front that BC plays is not a front that Michigan sees very often. It's different. You see it in the Pac-10, you see it, Virginia Tech plays it well. It takes a while to get used to running against it.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense.
You know, Coach,
penalty.
it really is interesting. Humans are humans, no matter what level we see. But here's Michigan coming off a big win in Colorado. Now watch Gwines move down there. That's the kind of thing we just did not see in Boulder when we watched the tape.
Last week, 3 penalties, 1 turnover, Brent. Not as good a concentration this week.
But I'm not surprised that it's going to take them a half before they realize that they're in a football game here. Now, beautiful handoff on the draw, and Williams looking for daylight. Was only able to pick his way for about 3 yards, really, on that play, as BC shut it down in a hurry. Jackaroot.
Brent, Stan Parrish came over from Rutgers, and he said he wanted to simplify the role for the quarterback here. So what did he do? Far less reads at the line of scrimmage. You won't see as many checkoffs. He says, instead of having a choice of 4, we want him to go down to 2. Repeat them over and over again, and they'll get him right. 2nd and 12, Jack. Dreisbach's got a man open right down the middle. The tight end, rumble, is Mark Campbell.
You know, that's the same play that Michigan beat Washington in the Rose Bowl a few years back with. It's an outstanding play. You'll see him coming from the right side of your screen right here with play action away. There's a hole down there, 44, the safety that made the great play, turns his back on it. He doesn't see it coming in behind him. That's real tough coverage by that defense. They have to play that perfect to stop it. Good offensive design.
So here's another scoring threat by the Wolverines after that 35-yard gain. Campbell, the tight end. Tooman in there now, steps in motion. Williams looks for the middle, and it's plugged up pretty good, and he may have battled his way for a yard.
You know who's playing well inside there? Stalin Colonette, number 99. He's already graduated. He has his degree in sociology, and he's not very sociable out there right now. He's playing very well, and he's playing on a good offensive guard and winning his share of the battles.
Here's big Colonette.
Yeah.
Defensive end a year ago, getting down in the middle of that Eagle defensive line. Drives back now, takes a look at the defense, checks where Porter is. Second down. Short drop, going to throw the fade. Wants Shaw, grabs it, touchdown Michigan. What a catch by Shaw on a perfect fade. For Michigan, the third time's a charm. They threaten twice and come up empty, but this time they come up with 6 points. And now Remy Hamilton for the extra point. Brian Greasy. Bob's son will put the ball down, and it's 7-0 Wolverines.
You know, the thing is, Shalom Topri, the corner, number 26, actually did a nice job on covering the guy. But Scott Dreisbach did a good job. If you ever question his ability to have a touch on the ball, you should eliminate that question right now. High into the outside. See, he's all over him right there. He just didn't look back for the ball when the receiver looked back. He should have taken a peek back as he looked back right there. Cannot throw it any better. There's Toll-Free, 26. He's their best coverage guy. Here's the junior college All-American, his first year here. Wasn't even in spring practice. Number 4, Russell Shaw making a big play.
Toll-Free became just a little passive there.
Just a little bit there, but he was in pretty good position, Brent, if he was more aggressive, like you said, right there at the end. Hey, go ahead and get the pass interference.
Sure, it's only 15 yards.
15 yards.
Not going to give it to him at the 1-yard line like the NFL. Yeah. Got to do it sometime. Got to do what you got to do. Jay Feely kicking off for the Wolverines. Time left in the first quarter. The Wolverines strike first here. Kenyatta Watson and Derek Crittenden back deep. Kenyatta can be dangerous. And Michigan will keep it away from him. Crittenden from the 11, 20-yard line. Oh, down. Wow. Whoa, is he brought down at the 25-yard line. Helmets and everything went flying down there. So a reminder that we've got a lot more college football coming your way next Saturday on ABC. We got a full lineup for you at 3:30 Eastern Time. North Carolina, Florida State, Penn State, Wisconsin, Colorado, Texas A&M. And then you'll be watching here UCLA and Michigan. First and 10. Hasselbeck spotting the blitzer to his left. Hands off now to Quinton. Quinton with a big run. Best running play of the day. They squeeze out 15 yards on that play before Rob Sweat makes the stop for the Wolverines. First down, BC.
A good draw play. What they did is they blocked aggressively the defensive tackles and got the ends up field so that it had opened that hole and went right up inside. Irons, number 37, left side of your screen. See, he reads it. He starts coming up there, but bang, he gets 2 white jerseys blocking him, and he can't make the play. He doesn't miss many.
The ball is at the Eagles' 42-yard line. Pollock slides left side. Hasselbeck on the delay. And this time, Quinton bangs to the 45-yard line, and Jared Irons brought him down and gave him a little bit of a headache. Not surprising when number 37 wraps you up.
Yeah, he's mad about getting blocked last time. You don't block him very often. You almost never see him knocked off his feet. He has great balance. He's very strong at the point of attack. He's made over 350 of those tackles, ladies and gentlemen. He knows how to hit people.
Out of the Woodlands, Texas. His daddy, a long-time player in the National Football League. I'm sure he's here with Mom. Second down now and 7. And Michigan eats up that running play. You're looking at one of the best rush defenses in all the land here at Michigan. If the Wolverines are to make a rush on a Big Ten and a national championship, it'll be because of this unit. Outstanding.
And they have some depth there. They do have some depth in that defense. They bring in guys like their backup nose guard, Rob Renas. He was playing last week. Carr was out of the game. We know Carr's a great player. I couldn't tell the difference in the two guys.
3rd and 8.
3rd down and 8 for Hasselbeck and BC. Seconds ticking away on the opening quarter. Pollock again jumps over to the left wing. Off a play fake. Time. Down the middle. Almost intercepted. It was read perfectly by number 23, Woodrow Hankins, the other cornerback. The one that gets picked on all the time because they stay away from Woodson. Watch this read by him.
He comes over, and the safety's going to come in on it as well and give a nice shot right. That was Marcus Ray, number 29, that really decked him. Should have been a pick.
Jason Malecki will punt it to Chuck Winters. I remember they came close, came right up the middle on this punt last time out. BC has to be a little antsy, having had one blocked last week.
Nice punt.
Winters from the 9.
Flipping.
Flag down, and he goes down, and indications the ball came out. I believe the ball at the end may have come out. The officials are down there sorting it out, but if you read body language here of BC, there was an indication that the ball was put down on the grass here in Ann Arbor.
Refused the penalty then.
And the way they're celebrating, they've got it. That's it. BC recovers the fumbled punt by Winters.
Winters has got the ball tucked away in his left arm. See, the elbow gets out away from the body. When you let that elbow get away from the body and not firm against your body, it's going to get knocked out every time.
Markel Blunt, a starting linebacker, a junior, number 90, he recovers it. Hello, Jackaroot. I'm Brett Musburger. Nice to have you along. Michigan leads 7-0 now, but BC with a chance. They have the ball inside the Wolverines' 20-yard line here as we start the second period. Hasselbeck brings the Eagles up to the line of scrimmage. The freshman from Houston, Lee Quinton, is the running back set behind him. Kenyatta Watson over here on the right wing toward the bottom of your screen. They go empty. Michigan blitzed Colorado when they went empty, but not this time. Dump it over the middle. They've got the high end, Dragos, and he is banged at the 16-yard line. Sam Sword is there.
That's good design. They go empty. Like you said, Brent, last week against Colorado, they went blitz against that. This week, and talking to Greg Madison, the defensive coordinator, he said they had 2 alarms when they go empty. A blitz alarm and a zone alarm. That time they went zone. Paid off. They really ate up that inside screen.
By hitting Dragos on the short one, they pick up 3. Ball now at the Wolverines, 16-yard line. They come out and they split. Watson out to the left. Coming down now to the right side is Steve Everson. He's matched up against Woodson. They'll put Pollock in motion. They'll load to the left side. Hasselbeck a run. Quinton to the middle. Quinton to the 4 and down at the 3-yard line.
You know, amazing thing on that play, one offensive blocker totally missed the defensive lineman, and he ran right by him. He's surprised. He gets the ball back deep, hands it off underneath on the draw action to the right side. Ed came right up inside there, missed him. Up inside he goes. Big play. The draws have been very effective against that intense pass rush.
1st and goal. Henning's offense is giving Michigan more looks than Colorado did a week ago. Tight ends in motion. Load to the right side. They'll run the freshman again, and he's stacked up. Coming across beautifully that time was Carr, number 96, the nose man. Outstanding nose guard.
You know, we haven't called his name today because they've been double teaming him inside. Here's Irons, number 37, in the middle of your screen. He loves the goal line area. You can't knock this guy off his feet. I mean, you block him at the feet, he jumps over you, he has great balance, and of course the defensive line kept him clean that way on that play.
They wrapped him up, but it was Carr who came across and tripped him up. Now make it 2nd and goal, and let's see what BC can come up with. Quinton is offset to the left. They basically are looking at a very tight formation down here, and Hasselbeck's going to throw out of it. Fires slant, touchdown, Boston College. Steve Everson, the junior from Valdosta, Georgia, with the first touchdown catch of the day for BC.
That's really great that they can take that turnover and turn it into points. Big boost for them mentally. You know, they haven't been scoring a lot of points. That was real good design, Brent. Real good design. They blocked a lot of people. That kept people in, so he had time to throw it. Got him stretched out there in the perimeter and laid it off for the touchdown.
John Matic. He attempts the extra point here to tie this game. Hasselbeck puts it down. It wasn't pretty, but it was good. 13-12 left in the first half. Are you surprised? You bet you are. It's 7-all. Everson runs the slant, catches the touchdown pass from Hasselbeck, and BC has tied it up. Meanwhile, down in Knoxville, Florida leading Tennessee by 2 touchdowns in that one. 14-0 Gators as they jump ahead of the Volunteers. Here we're tied at 7. 13-12 to go. This is Tyrone Butterfield from the 10-yard line. And a hole to the 28-yard line. John Saunders, what about those Trojans at USC? Are they lighting up Houston yet?
Not exactly lighting them up yet, but they are on top right now. Brad Otten drops back, looks to his left, tosses to the sideline. Nice little move to beat the defender by Billy Miller. And he's a little excited about the touchdown. USC now up 10-0. Brent.
Let's see, John, 4 times 10's 40 zip. Yeah, they're on their way. First down. Tries back in Michigan. They bring Shaw, the motion receiver, down to the left-hand side now. They put it into Williams' hands, and he bounces off one hit. He was not brought down by Brian May that time. Unusual for number 46. Had his arms on him, and that's how strong Williams is becoming as a runner. May couldn't tackle him.
And he didn't miss many tackles last week. He really played well. He had 18 tackles versus Hawaii, so that shows how strong that running back is.
He's going to be a dandy. They don't have Biaka Batuka here, and they don't have Wheatley, but they've got Williams, and he is going to be a big-timer. 2nd down and 7. Tries back up a play fake, sets the screen on the other side. Tooman's the tight end, and he's ripped by Pedro Serino, who's made a couple of big plays for BC today.
And if he doesn't make it, it is gone. He was the only guy out there. They had total leverage on the defense. Every other white jersey was inside those blue jerseys. If he doesn't do what he's supposed to do, here he comes, left-hand corner of your screen. He works inside out on the play. If he doesn't make it, there's nobody else there, ladies and gentlemen. No white jerseys. Great play.
Zach Adamy couldn't get a shoulder pad on him. Number 68, the right guard from Arkansas, couldn't block him. 3rd and 8 now for Dreisbach. They back off into a 2-deep zone. Dreisbach throws to Tillman, got it! The tight end to the 45-yard line.
See, they changed up and went that 2-deep, played man underneath, and Tooman had linebacker coverage that time, and he beat the linebacker. And again, a real nice touch throw. Gets back, good rhythms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sets up, lays it up high to the outside. You got linebacker coverage by Brian May. That should be a mismatch, and it was.
And a 26-yard gain. So the Wolverines move into BC territory now with the 1st down. Williams is the running back. 3 receivers, and now they'll bring Campbell. Fumble! Dreisbach drops down quickly on the snap. He and Payne did not hook up, and Michigan recovered it.
I believe that mistake is on Rod Payne, the All-American offensive center, because the quarterback was not ready for the football, and many other people in the offense were moving when that ball was snapped. So chances are Rod Payne made the mistake. I had a visit with him the other day, and I said, you know, you're a candidate for the Outland Award for the best offensive lineman. He said, Coach, some big fat tackle will win that.
Don't tell Orlando Pace he called him big fat. Dreisbach rolls right. Lots of time. He's got him open. Streets, and he overthrows him.
If you question his arm strength, he threw that 60 yards in the air. He just didn't throw it accurately. He had him wide open. That kind of action, that counteraction like that, froze the safety, the one safety that they have, and they had it. Look at it. Scott Dreisbach, an intense competitor, and just a redshirt sophomore. Got hurt last year, started 4 ball games. He had Streets wide open. Street was wide open in the street.
So it's 3rd and 10. And another chance slips through Michigan's fingers. Tied with BC. A 3-touchdown underdog coming into this game. 3rd down and 10. Dreisbach needs 10. He's got it. Tooman open all day on this defense. They get into the 28-yard line where Porter makes the stop.
That time they showed the same defensive look, but they went zone underneath. He comes off from the right side of your screen. goes back up underneath, finds that little hole in the zone, and there it is, no one around him, too loose. You can't allow that tight end off the line of scrimmage cleanly in his own defense. You've got to harass him coming off.
Michigan moves now to the BC 29-yard line. First down, Floyd is the running back. Floyd pounds into the middle, fumble, Boston College. Porter picked up the fumble. The second turnover, Porter with an interception, and now he's recovered a fumble. How about the performance by 44?
The coaches rave about this young man. They talk about him as soon as you visit with the coaching staff. You know, he's also an outstanding baseball player drafted by the California Angels. It was a trap play up inside. That should be easy execution. Just hand it off. See, it actually, the receiving arm was down low, and he hit him above that belly. Quarterback reverse pivots, hands it to him like that. It's in there. He just didn't get his other arm around it, and Willits just stripped him from it.
So it's first down now for Hasselbeck and BC. Pollock to the right. Hasselbeck fakes the delay. Now swings it out to Dragos at the 25-yard line, and he's pounded at the 31-yard line. Don't they have some great names defensively on this Michigan team? That was Sam Sword, and they got a Jarrett Irons on this team, and they got a Rob Sweat, the bin up, and they got a Glenn Steele. I mean, those are defensive names.
They are defensive names, and they are defensive. They really have good speed on that defense as well as physical size.
Second down and 5. Here's the hand to Quinton. Quinton bangs to the 35, but he's a yard short of that first down. Copenhagen with the stop. John Saunders, how about the Huskies? Last time we saw them, they were beaten up on BYU.
Brent trying to pick up where they left off, this time against Arizona. And Brock Heward, the lefty, looking for Jerome Pathan, has him in the quarter. 14-3 now, Huskies up. Brent.
Well, here, John, we're tied at 7. Third down and 1, and Quinton bangs for the first down for BC.
And that wasn't easy. He was banging. Good contact made, and the offensive line doing a good job. Brian O'Connor playing in there was not the starter, as you said earlier, Brent. Damian Woody was injured, a good young offensive center, and he's battling there. Now, Brian O'Connor, number 78, already has his degree from Boston College, is working on his master's, and right now he's playing a masterful job at center. Not easy to step in there against Will Carr.
Matt Hasselbeck, from a football family, son of Don and Mary Beth. Well, I'm sure here watching 2 sons on this team. And now that time they switched to Mike Cloud, number 21. Jackaroo.
You know, last week this Boston College Eagles team was creamed by Virginia Tech. Looks like a totally different team this week, and I've got to begin to wonder if maybe the internet had something to do with that loss last week. Remember, during the internet, fans can, you know, go back and forth. Well, one of the fans that sat in practice actually wrote everything down in a chat room. Dan Henning found out about it just before the game and said, "I can't believe you did that." Seems like maybe the Hokies found out about it as well. Not here in Michigan.
Oh, great play by Irons. Jared Irons, 37, Jack, just came in and ate up the internet. Go shopping on the World Wide Web with that, partner.
Well, they brought both linebackers. See, they brought Sword and then crossed Irons behind him. That's really, really tough. You'll see here on the right side of your screen, number 93, Sword. He goes, now follow number 37, Irons. He comes in behind him. They picked up one and not the other, and he gave him a headache.
Oh, that'll sting for a while, won't Coach?
Yes, it will.
3rd and 12.
Tough to convert 3rd and 12 against a good pass rush.
Pollock steps over to the left side of the formation. And the blitz, Winters has got him at the 22-yard line. Chuck Winters, an extra defensive back, rolls in with the safety blitz, and it's successful.
I'll tell you, you see so many more varieties of blitzes in college football than you used to. They steal them from pro football, and college offense is just, it's really tough to learn how to handle them properly.
Now he goes back to return the punt. And remember, it was his fumble that led to BC's first touchdown. So payback time from Mr. Winters for his teammates. He makes a fair catch, bobbles it, but holds on. Oh, wow.
He fumbled one in practice the other day, too.
Getting a little jumpy with those punts. I'm out, Coach. Lineup on ABC tonight. We'll start it off at 8/7 Central with Second Noah. That's another brand new episode. And then the movie, Naked Gun, 33 1/3. That's the final insult. Here it's 1st and 10 for Michigan. Deadlock with Boston College at 7. Williams in around. They put it. Shaw's fumble, falls loose on the ground at the 20. Michigan falls on it. Giancakis got a paw out there, and he forced the ball loose. Oh my, it was wild and woolly, and Streets recovered it.
They tried a double reverse. Now they toss the ball out. He gets his feet cut. He hands it off. Now here comes the handoff again. That's the first time I've seen that in a long time. And you can see, as Brent said, Giancakis was right in there. You know, I don't agree with him calling that on that negative side of the 50-yard line. That's a risky play, and they already demonstrated how risky it is.
I don't know why you didn't like it. It's only a loss of 20 yards.
Plus, you're on your own 40-yard line.
It's 2nd and 30. Here comes Williams, and he's across to the 23-yard line. That was an incredible place to call that play, Coach.
Oh yeah, I'll guarantee you, Lloyd Carr didn't know that was going to be called. He's over there as the head coach. He doesn't have the headset on, so he probably didn't hear that call. He has the headset on. He didn't hear that call.
That body language says, "Are you guys kidding me with that call?" Huh? Well, they get 3 back. 3rd and 27. Warm up the punter, Lloyd. Get ready, partner. Paul Paris-Steris is about to make his first appearance unless Dreisbach can stage a miracle here. He's going to put it up. No, he's not. Sacked at the 16-yard line, and Stalin Kolonet, number 99, collapsed on him. And here comes Paris-Steris to punt it away.
He is a good pass rusher. I noticed that last week in their loss. He can rush the passer. His best move is a hard outside move. There he stunned. Here he just keeps coming. He had to hold on to the ball. Nice job, good effort. And he had real good help from Eric Storrs, number 51.
Now, BC thinks they can block one. I don't know if this is the time they're going to come. They're going to drop back and let it. It's not a real good punt, but it is high. And this is Watson. Kenyatta, fair catches. BC can play with a short field. We're tied at 7. 5:09 left, first half. Football on ABC Sports brought to you by Chevrolet Trucks, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road. And Burger King, where you can get your burger's worth. Michigan 7, Boston College 7, 5:09 go, first half. Dan Henning's Eagles with the ball on the Wolverine 43-yard line and doing a pretty good job.
Yes, he's doing an excellent job. He made a great statement to me last night that I'll pass on to the fans. I think was amusing as soon as this play's over.
Quinton is back in at running back. They load the left side. They're going to throw on first down. Hasselbeck has time, but his receivers are covered, so he fires sideline, and great coverage over there by you-know-who. I mean, number 2 had a saddle all over that receiver.
They had only a 2-man pattern in protecting everybody. That's why, pass protecting everybody. That's why I had time. But Dan Henning told me last night the similarities and the differences in the two teams. He said the big difference is Michigan is mobile and fast and big. He says we're mobile, fast, and little.
Second down and 10 now. So they slot the tight end Pollock over to the left-hand side. Bring a running back in motion. Hasselbeck sprints right side, throws complete and out of bounds at the 37-yard line. I believe it's just short of a first down. Hankins was defending Watson, but a penalty is holding. It's coming back.
They ran a delayed sprint out where the quarterback comes straight back initially to try to make all the rush constrict and come upfield, and then jumps outside, and everybody jumps for a hook block on him, but obviously somebody held.
Holding by the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat, second down.
Well, you take a look at what the Big Ten did today.
72-0. Hey, look at Wisconsin doing a good job.
Well, I'm struck by the fact that Illinois finally scored a touchdown, but they're only ahead of Akron 14-7. How about Louisville? Jumping on Michigan State. And a couple of night games. All right, 4:56 to go now. Second down and 27 after the penalty. Hasselbeck has time. Now he's going to run it. 45 to the 47-yard line, not even back to the original line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 3rd and long for the Eagles.
See, the problem Hasselbeck is having is he's got 2-man pattern and everyone pass protecting, and when they're covered, he has nobody to throw to. So then he has a little more time. The receivers try to work their way open. They can't get open.
Dick, they're going to need 16 yards on this.
You know, they've gotten away from running their draws. They ran so effective on that one drive, and they ought to get back to them. Maybe not in this situation, but within their offense.
Woodson is taking Kenyatta Watson at the top. Here comes Irons in the blitz. Bowens, a wrap, Hasselbeck up, and down he goes at the 38. Bowens made the stop, but number 37 was occupying some blockers. That is the 4th sack by Michigan's defenders here in the first half.
Well, Irons comes from right here, but Bowens will come from the bottom of your screen and got up inside. Here he comes. Now here's Bowens, number 6. They picked up Irons, but they didn't have enough people to pick up Mr. Bowens.
BC forced a punt. Winters back deep again, and they rolled in on him that time. Beautiful punt to the 12. Winters, alley in the middle. 30, 35. Battles out to the 42-yard line, and a penalty flag thrown on the play. They wonder if someone had hooked that face mask and was wrestling him down that way.
You saw who made that tackle. The punter. Yeah.
There is no flag.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
No flag, no penalty.
Let's take a look at this kicker that Dick pointed out. Came on downfield.
He had a beautiful
Jason
punt.
Lucky, huh?
Yeah, pretty good job. A little bit high in his technique. Didn't bend his knees, but he's a good wrestler. He got him down. He was a free safety on defense in high school, so he's made some tackles before.
3:30 to go. Michigan with the ball on their own 43 after that return by Winters. Williams in at running back. He gets the call. Crosses midfield, and that's good 8 or 9 yards on that first down. So a reminder of what's coming your way. Here in the Midwest, you'll see either UCLA, Michigan, or Penn State, Wisconsin. Then down in the South, it'll be North Carolina, Florida State. Out west, Colorado and Texas A&M. That's a good lineup at 3:30 Eastern time. And all your cable operators, get a hold of one of those small mini dishes, and you can watch the whole menu next week here. 3 minutes to go now. First half, tied at 7. 2nd down and 1 after the 9-yard run.
Oh.
The first down, and Williams to the BC 45-yard line. Plenty of time now. Michigan with 2 timeouts. Remember, Scott Dreisbach burned off 1 early, so he has 2 left, working with 2:54 now. Williams, his running back.
You know, if they just came off the ball man for man in zone principle blocking this game, they knock you off the ball and they hand the ball off deep to Clarence Williams. He will find a place to run.
There's Tuman offset to the right, the tight end. They're going to toss to him and follow. Campbell block. He's got the corner. And Williams to the 31-yard line. First down, Michigan.
When you run outside, you normally get good blocking by these people right here coming off and hooking. You see it sealed off. Now a good play by Mark Campbell, 88, and a good little blocker, a brush block by the wide receiver. Little juke right there, first down.
And Porter, number 44, was chasing on the play. Williams with 95 yards rushing already in this game, averaging 7.3 yards a rush. Put it back in his hand. But this time, Michigan saves a turnover. They've already turned it over twice as the tight end, Tuman, recovers the fumble that time. But Michigan has thrown an interception, and they fumbled the ball away to BC already here in the first half.
The 2 defensive tackles inside there in those white jerseys, Giannakakis and Stalin Colonet, have done a real good job of disrupting things in there. They grab those arms and pull them away from the body.
John Ains is the fullback, and the 2 tight ends load up on the right-hand side. And now Williams steps in motion toward the bottom of your screen, and Dreisbach looks for him as a receiver, runs free. and battles to the 32, back to the original line of scrimmage. Chris Hovan there defensively for the Eagles.
Chris Hovan is a true freshman, and I picked him out last week in the ball game. He didn't start today. Eric Storr started in his place, but this young man is going to be a natural pass rusher someday. He played in the Big 33 All-Star game and for Ohio against Pennsylvania All-Stars, and he can play, this kid. True freshman.
Well, we've got a timeout now, so when we come back here, it's going to be 3rd and 10. But a reminder that John Saunders is coming your way at halftime.
Coming up on Valvoline Halftime 96, I'll be joined by Todd Blackledge. We'll have all the day's scores and highlights, including the thriller of the year thus far between Notre Dame and Texas. It went down to the wire. It's coming up on Valvoline Halftime 96.
Yeah, John, that was an outstanding football game. Won by the Fighting Irish on that field goal, which I know you'll be showing at halftime. John Makovic and the entire coaching staff are second-guessing the pass play that they threw on first down. They held a 7-point lead late in that game. A very awkward-looking pass. If you haven't seen it, you're going to want to watch John show it to you at halftime. I'm sure Todd Blackledge will second-guess that call, too. 1:28 to go now in the first half. I think the tough part of that decision was the quarterback to throw it. He should have taken the sack. Nevertheless, the Irish make the most of it. Now, with 1:28 to go, Michigan and Boston College are tied at 7. Here is 3rd and 10. Michigan needs some yards so they can turn it over to Remy Hamilton. And now BC will use one of its 3 timeouts. They took a look at the formation upstairs. They said, all right, that's what you want to do. Now we want to talk about it a little bit. Well, Florida with that lead over Tennessee. And there's another. That's 14-0. Gators leading that one. And there's another good one tonight on ESPN. LSU and Auburn, the Southeastern Conference, with a handful of fine football teams. That one coming your way out of Alabama on ESPN at 7:30 Eastern Time.
DiNardo's done a great job at LSU. We saw them last year as the head coach there, and he's rebuilding that program. They say he had one of the outstanding recruiting classes in the country, too.
Jack Arute.
Brent, as you look at the Michigan Wolverines, especially their 5th-year seniors, and there are 10 of them still on the team, they've been through more than their share of ups and downs during their career. There was talk one year about a national championship. That went away early. But one thing that's hard to believe is these 5th-year seniors have never played in a Rose Bowl. They went to a Rose Bowl when they were freshmen, but none of them played in it. Guys like Thomas Guyan say, I've come back despite neck pain because I not only want a Rose Bowl ring, I want to go to the Rose Bowl. And when you think about here where they say play like champions, and they haven't been to a Rose Bowl in 5 years or played in a Rose Bowl, 5th-year seniors, that says an awful lot about the Big Ten and the competitiveness of the other teams.
You bet.
Exactly.
You bet.
Well, here's 3rd and 10. Drives back. In the hole. Oh, complete. Oh, baby. Was he jarred by Serino? And they rule it no completion. Woo.
Clarence Wood, usually a corner.
This is the danger of using Woodson on offense. This gives the defense a free shot. Watch this hit. Oh, baby. You're taking a risk. Anytime you use your best defensive back on a crossing pattern like that, just ask the Dallas Cowboys about the way they exposed Deion Sanders down there. So Remy Hamilton to attempt a 48-yarder.
He's not a real strong long-distance kicker. He's only made 6 for 11 in his career from this distance.
You want to do?
And he hits that poorly.
And we stay tied at 7.
See, the only time they put Woodson in on offense, they throw him the ball. That's an alert. It's a green light, guys. He's on the field. Let's go hit him like he hits us the other way around. He can take a hit, though. He bounced right up.
I'd say he can take a hit. He just took one. I mean, Serino unloaded on him coming across the middle.
Here he is. They ran a deep, loose zone, so he's going to come back underneath to a safety. Serino moving inside out, and here he comes. Wham!
You know, that hit jarred the ball loose.
Yes.
He had the ball.
He had the ball.
That would have been a completed pass. That would have led to points.
Be interesting to see what Henning does offensive approach-wise. Will he sit on the 7-7 tie?
He goes empty. And he's going to throw to a running back, slashing back in to Maury Walker to the 40-yard line. He's got 1:11 to work with. Coach, you're a 3-touchdown underdog. You might as well go full throttle.
They proved that with the philosophy on 4th down. You know, so he's going after it full bore.
Nothing to lose here, but I want to tell you one thing about his offense. It is causing this defense more problems than Colorado did last week, lining up at 2 tight ends, running back right behind the quarterback all day long. 1st and 10, you got to be thinking out here against what he's doing. And they were thinking that time. They jump it. Mazzell.
You know, the thing about defense in Kenning's offense, and the coaches were saying that yesterday at Michigan, the defensive coaches, he's very hard to defense because he has great ability to change up what he did from last week. He does the same thing, but he changes the formations. They're hard to recognize.
So Hasselbeck. Down the middle, high, got it. Complete to the 40, it's a 1st down. Everson.
They're playing a loose prevent zone, had a good call on it. Again, 2-man pattern, everybody pass protecting. He had a lot of time. He proves right there with that throw. You give him time, he can throw the football.
30 seconds. They need more yards if they want to attempt a field goal. Hasselbeck with time, goes sideline. Everson jumps on it. There's a penalty flag. He's got the ball at the 24-yard line. What a good-looking receiver this young man from Valdosta, Georgia is.
How about that throw? He threw it at the only place you could throw it to get it open. Here he has up tight coverage. See, they're going to back him off now. He's backed up by his safety. He runs outside there. Throw is perfect. Look at that. Hasselbeck, I think, has made everybody now realize that he's the right quarterback.
But it's coming back. Mark Norrie there, learning the official word, and let's see if this was offensive pass interference.
Pass interference on the offense.
Yeah.
15-yard penalty from the previous spot.
Well, that'll cost BC
First
a
down.
scoring opportunity probably with 24 seconds to go. Let's see what Dan wants to do here now.
Dan Henning, I've seen him coach some outstanding games in pro football, too. One day I was doing a broadcast, Brent, and they upset the San Francisco 49ers when it with the Atlanta Falcons, and the 49ers were world champions. See, he's taking a look at the coverage and audibly to the pattern he wants and then calling timeout. He has no...
He has a timeout.
Yep. But that's it, isn't it? Where is it here on the board?
Yeah, that's
it. See, he didn't like that because now if they got down for field goal, they don't have the timeout left to stop the clock.
Well, a reminder that 8 Eastern time on Monday night, the tour of Olympic gymnastics champions will lead into the Monday night football game, a battle of the unbeatens in the AFC East. The Miami Dolphins against the Indianapolis Colts, one of the early big games of the NFL season, and that'll be coming up at 9 Eastern here on ABC. So Dan Henning has one in his hip pocket, has a timeout left. Michigan has one over on the other side,
I just read
too.
that clock, Brent. I looked at that deer. What's that thing underneath Boston over there next to the set?
That's a little football that they've got over there, Coach, on that scoreboard.
I thought it was a zero.
It shows
no
you who's got the football.
Okay. Should have checked that.
Obviously, see there, folks. See, Coach never used to have to look for that up on the board because he always had somebody in that Eagle booth telling him.
Right, no
That's
question. Yeah, Dick Corey or Sid Gilman.
That's right. He had all that help. All right, 1st and 25 now for Hasselbeck and the Eagles.
That's not a legal formation.
And it's called.
Not a legal formation.
They've thrown the penalty. And there's another one. Woodson. Oh, what a juggling act by Woodson. Oh, what an interception by the young man down there. Oh, brother.
He liked that one, too. He got up grinning.
Well, there were 2 penalty flags. I don't know how we're going to sort this all out. But what about the catch by Woodson at the other end? Is he an athlete?
They had 5 people in the backfield. The wide receiver that's supposed to be on the line of scrimmage was not. Was an illegal formation.
We have illegal procedure on the offense.
Yep.
And we have holding on the defense.
Now what happened?
Penalty offset. Repeat. 1st down.
Okay. Take a look at what Woodson, number 2, does with the ball here. Look at that. Taps it. Now watch. He goes back and catches it.
No wonder they put him in the game as a receiver.
That's unbelievable. That is truly one of the great. It doesn't count. I know that. It doesn't mean a thing. But have you ever seen anything like that?
He must have been watching Street do that last week.
That's it. Remember, he batted that ball a couple times as a receiver for Michigan. First and 25. 17 seconds to go here. It's been an exciting first half. Got a Walker to the 45. They've got a timeout. They're not back to the first down marker. They got to stop it with 9 seconds. Jackaroo.
Well, Brent, you take a look at the hands that Charles Woodson has, and as Coach Dick Vermeil said, now you know why he plays offense. But here's the rest of the story. The actual idea about playing offense came at a Big Ten luncheon when he and Lloyd Carr went there for Woodson to accept the Freshman of the Year award for the Big Ten. And actually, Woodson's the one that broached the subject. He said to Coach, hey, how about I play a little offense? Lloyd Carr said, hey, with Tim Biakabatuka leaving, he even considered maybe playing Woodson a little bit at tailback. But then he said, it's a lot easier at wide receiver. You don't have to learn so much about the plays as much as being able to have a good pair of hands. Now, the last time that a Michigan player went both ways, how about all the way back in 1964? Dick Ridfuss did it, played over 400 of the 540 available minutes. Woodson isn't going to do that. He's not going to equal what Deion Sanders does. But boy, when he's in there, either on defense or offense, he really is tough to handle.
Hey, Jack, were you doing the game when that guy played both ways?
Actually, I was in college, Coach.
You were wearing diapers.
Well, let's see. We've got 9 seconds to go here. The ball is at the Michigan 37-yard line. And BC will take a shot at it here.
A nice little delay pattern underneath would be good because chances are they'll still play a conservative zone. You'll be able to get something underneath. 2nd and 8, out of timeouts. Hasselbeck gonna fire toward the end zone. Gonna go, caught, incomplete. Incomplete. Looked for a moment like he had it. Dadrian Taylor, the safety, was there defensively. Close, real close. Look from up here in the booth that he had the ball. He had it, and he took it out of his hand.
Halftime, tied at 7. A good one in Ann Arbor. Boston College, tied at 7 with a touchdown apiece. Dick Vermeil and Jack Arute. I'm Brett Musburger. Nice to have you back. A little light rain now falling in Ann Arbor. And Dick, let's take a look at the 2 touchdowns. Michigan striking first.
Just a nice throw, laid it high up to the outside like this. And as we said when we described the play initially, Shaw right there. The corner should have played that a little more aggressive. BC, big one here now. They needed this to get a little momentum, get a little confidence. He lays it up outside here, comes back underneath. Everson puts it in there for the touchdown. Not a long play, but a big play.
Take a look at this missed field goal. Remy Hamilton missing 2. This the second one, and it wasn't close. And now, folks, take a look from behind Remy at his reaction.
No, it was 1994. He was 28 of 30 field goals, and he's struggled ever since, really.
He's 4 of 8 this season as the Wolverines, 2-0 after beating Illinois and then upsetting Colorado out west, now find themselves a 3-touchdown favorite and tied at 7 with Boston College as we get ready to start the second half. You can see how Michigan self-destructed, Coach.
Yeah, you can really see that turnover right here. They miss a field goal. They get the touchdown. They turn it over. The only time they've been stopped is right there, other than stopping themselves. Give Boston College credit, though. They're battling.
Well, the offensive leaders, Dreisbach 9 at 12, Coach.
Yeah, doing a nice job. He threw the interception he shouldn't have thrown. You ought to know that safety's in there. Let's go to Jack.
Coach, you've done more than just stay in this game. You're right in the hunt.
Well, we've had some errors that cost us some field position, and you know, it's a good football team we're against here. If we can maintain some momentum, we might have a chance to win.
Let's talk about that last play. Looking back at it, you seem to think there was still time on the board.
Official signal, there was 1 second left. He also felt like he caught the ball.
Brent?
Well, you know, we know he's right on part 1. For sure, watch the official's arms and watch the clock. There,
See, he
without
has
a
the ball.
shadow of a doubt, he's got a couple of seconds coming to it.
Yeah.
Now, we thought when we first saw it that he caught it. I can't tell convincingly from that angle, but he
got stripped for the ball before he came down and got possession with feet on the ground.
Exactly. So, Dan, you were 1 of 2. Not bad, Coach.
No.
Jack.
Well, Brent, I checked with the referees and the umpires, and what they said is when they saw the out of bounds, they looked up to check the time on the clock, and it had gone to 0. When you're down to just 1 second or 2 seconds, sometimes just the simple turn up and look can take away a second.
Hey, Jack, takes away more than that when you got home cooking going on up here. He just couldn't find the button up here in the box, you know what I mean? If we'd have been back there in Boston, with the rain starting to come down just a little bit harder now, folks. The rain jackets are out here in Ann Arbor. You can see it's becoming a sea of yellow and orange as we look out at this crowd in excess of 100,000. How about Florida? They jumped all over Tennessee. That one's 35-0. That was supposed to be the game of the century. This was supposed to be the blowout. We start deadlocked at 7.
Never sell Steve Spurrier. You're short.
Short, high pooch kickoff. Fielded at the 25-yard line. There's the fair catch. There's something you don't see all that often in college football, but the fair catch made by Michael Himmert, one of the tight ends.
Here's Boston College. You can see that Michigan defensively playing very well. Lots of ball downs, punt. They got the touchdown on that 19-yard drive after the fumble punt. They really haven't moved the ball, but they've eaten up some clock time. They've kept it close, and Michigan is self-destructed.
BC with the first possession here as we start the second half. Ball on their own 24-yard line. And Walker starts the second half as a running back, and he's banged by Dadrian Taylor.
As you look at these halftime stats, you can see that Michigan is just dominating everything here. Total yards, look at the difference in these two. But where they're also dominating is turning the ball over. You cannot turn the ball over and win. Now there's a much stronger football team than Boston College. They can turn it over and keep the game even.
2nd and 7. So the junior, Omari Walker, is the running back. Gets the second call. Big back. Carr couldn't bring him down. And he is stopped short of the first down.
See where they were doubling William Carr in the middle in that first, especially in the first quarter. That time they didn't double him. He broke inside out, forced that play to the sideline. He's a real man, this guy. He's a senior out of Dallas, Texas.
BC with a mistake here. Captain Irons saying to take it back.
Well, Boston College has really struggled converting on 3rd down all year. They're 6 for 30 coming into this
Illegal
game.
motion on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
So you might as well push him back. Hasselback 7 for 10, doing a good job. He's been pressured. Dreisbach 9 for 12. I think that should answer all fans and critics whether this young man can throw the football. He can throw the football.
2nd and 12. Ball back on the 23-yard line of Boston College.
The draw plays, when they ran them in the first half, were very effective.
They show blitz. Hasselbeck hit on the release. Incomplete. And Hasselbeck will pick himself up off the turf here.
William Carr's upset. He wanted to get to him before they got that ball off. They brought the blitz, pressure up inside. Carr got some pressure. You know, in that kind of play, if you get that completed, it's strictly a one-on-one situation. You make one man miss, you got a big play.
Boston College better be ready now, Coach, for a hard-hitting second half. That Colorado-Michigan game was as tough a hitting game as we've seen this year when I watched on tape. Now it is 3rd down and 11, and BC's only 1 of 6 on converting 3rd down. Hasselbeck under pressure, sprints away from it on the run. Carr chasing. Hasselbeck will go out of bounds. They fail to convert. BC will punt.
Again, there's only 2 receivers downfield. They're doing everything they can to keep the Wolverines from rushing the passer and giving him time. And there's nothing wrong with that kind of thinking. The only problem is when they cover you downfield and do a good job, you just don't have anybody to throw the football to.
So BC now 1 of 7 on 3rd downs. And Back to return. Malecki's punt is Chuck Winters. He fumbled one of the 3 turnovers in the first half.
Good punt. Boy, he nails that one.
Woo! Right, Winters back toward the 21. Fumbles again. Picks it up. The 30. Has a hole. 35. Outstanding return. Back to midfield. And a penalty flag comes late.
What he did with that punt, it was so long, not quite high enough, and he out-punted his coverage.
It was a 55-yard punt with a 30-yard return, and now this will cost him yards on that 30-yard return.
He turned it over early in the first half. He bobbles that one. He bobbled on the practice field on Thursday as well. Courageous, straight up field running. Keep that elbow in tight, buddy. If it gets away from your body, you'll fumble it again. See, they're going for the football. A good return because they went straight at it. And Boston College coverage people did not come to balance. They didn't slow down and give him a couple yards and then make the tackle.
So half of that return wiped out. The 15-yard penalty brings the ball back to the 33-yard line. Williams is the running back behind Dreisbach. Campbell is also in the backfield. He leads the blocking. And Williams is wrapped up at the 34-yard line. A gain of about a yard.
They tried their long trap, and Brian May came from the outside off the tight end position and folded back into the play and really got after him. He's played, we've called his name a number of times already in this first half. Good football player. 6'3", 227 from Valley College, New York.
Butterfield, the wide receiver, brings the play into the huddle. Streets goes out to the left now, and Butterfield is to the right. We're tied at 7. 13 minutes left in the third quarter. We're going to run the toss with Williams. The Wolverines are. Not much doing. Perhaps another yard. There's Collinet, another number we've called all day long. Has been big, 99.
I'll tell you, he is playing inspirational football. He really is. He came to school as actually a tight end, and they moved him to defensive end. As I said earlier, he's already graduated. Now he's playing because he's working on an advanced graduate degree. Look at it, he's smiling. He's having fun. He loves that. And he's playing against one of the best offensive lines in the country.
3rd and 8. And Streets, their best wide receiver, comes to the short side of the field. You can see his helmet there at the bottom of your screen. That's him stepping in motion, number 86. Drives back, glances for him, comes back underneath. And he's got to get the 42-yard line. That's short of the first down. Michigan must punt.
Phil Elmasian, the defensive coordinator, is doing a good job of changing up the coverage and also the rushes. That time they stunted the 2 defensive linemen on the left side. Bartlett and Collinet got a little pressure on him, couldn't get that first down.
I was premature because I believe they're going to call for a measurement.
Really? Didn't look like up here they were.
I certainly didn't look like I was close at all.
No, it wasn't. They're getting a favorable spot here. Officials make a mistake once in a while. When I coached, I saw a number of them, about 16 times a game.
That's close.
Yeah, that's close.
Now the crowd's going to want you to go in this situation.
With his offensive line and his defense, you can afford to gamble more than you can if you're at Boston College. You can go for this and make it.
Boy, I don't know, Coach. If you fail down here,
he'll go for it. They need to get off their butts and block somebody, get a little momentum going, and get psychologically back in this game. And that kind of a call, if they make it, it'll help them. I don't question. I think that's a good call, Brent. I'm not sure I would have done it, but I think it's a good call.
Boston College tried it in the first half and came up short. Here we go. Dreisbach for the first down.
That center of the offensive line, Damon Denson, Rod Payne, and Zach Adamy, you should be able to make a living only needing 6 inches to a foot.
So Lloyd Carr takes a gamble. Dan Henning's gamble failed in the first half. 1st and 10, Michigan with the ball, but they're still 55 yards away from the end zone.
Lloyd Carr said to me, the only concern he has about the offense, he says he feels they really have to balance it up and get a better run-pass ratio.
There's 7 in the box for BC, moving late. And as a result, look who came storming across. Number 99, Collinet is a load in there.
I don't know what he had for breakfast, but I want some. Believe me, he is coming off the ball so quick. They better change the cadence up a little bit. To the right side of your screen, you'll see the penetration. Bang! He's up there, and they're trying to block him with Rod Payne. And actually, he should have gotten more help from Adamy, the right guard, in that combination block.
Second down and 13 for the Wolverines. Rush forward, Dreisbach sprints right, got time, down the sideline, Shaw got it, and incomplete. In and out of his hands at the 28.
From up here, I didn't think he was going to throw it. I thought he might throw it away, but he threw it perfectly. Nice touch on the ball, tight spiral, 3 white jerseys covered, threw it right where it had to be to cut. I think this young junior college transfer should have made the catch. Another 2 weeks in this program, maybe 3 weeks, he'll make that catch.
Woodson would have caught it.
You bet. This is a junior college transfer. They went out and got some help. They needed some experience.
Rain coming down now. 3rd and 13 for Dreisbach. Under pressure, set the screen against it to Williams. This could bust it. 50, 45, 40. Williams to the 31-yard line. Good call by the coaches.
You know, the peel-off system, the offensive lineman did an awfully good job. You'll follow the offensive lineman. You'll see that they get out there. Here they are right here. They're going to get out there, and the peel-off system, just follow them. Don't watch the football. Here they come. They're getting out there. They get a kick-out block. There's the kick-out to the right side, a peel back with Payne right there. Beautiful job of execution right there. Bobby Morris and the offensive line coach is going to be happy with that one.
26-yard gain for Williams, who's still in at tailback. Dreisbach going to set it to the other side, and Williams drops it this time.
Yeah, good call. Come back with the same thing to the other side. Why not? College people do not run enough screens to the wide side of the field. They just don't, Brent. You and I have talked about that many, many times. Gee, you can go downfield and block before the ball's caught, as long as it's caught behind the line of scrimmage.
You know, hard-hitting Sereno appeared to be shaken up. His arm, a little limp over there on the right-hand side, and he's going to take a seat.
Well, he broke his collarbone
There's
last
Fred
year.
Jackson, who's calling the plays up
right
there
in the middle of your
box.
screen.
They face a 2nd and 10 right now, deadlocked at 7. There's a quick pop to Shaw. Shaw's going to be out of bounds at about the 26 or 7-yard line with Markel Blunt forcing him out. So a reminder, what's coming your way on Monday night, and our sports programming starts at 8 on the network, the tour of Olympic gymnastics champions, which will lead you into a battle of the unbeatens. Michigan quarterback Jimmy Harbaugh will be quarterbacking the Indianapolis Colts against Dan Marino, the Miami Dolphins, at 9 Eastern. Here we have a 3rd and 5. The ball is on the 27-yard line. So here's the 3rd down now for the Wolverines.
They're coming off the corner for the blitz.
Puts it
down.
His knee was down when he caught the ball. So Shaw is short of the 1st down by about 3 yards, it appears.
Number 4, left-hand side of your screen. He sets back there. Here comes the ball right at left side seat. He goes down there. You know, that's a rule I would like to see changed in college football. You know, no one hit him. Let him come up and run.
The entire city of Boston has voted against you. 4th down and 3 right now. Here comes Hamilton. He'll try number 3 in the rain.
He owes him one. He actually owes him 2.
Now Greasy, a quarterback, will put it down. It's a 42-yarder. Picked up by Hamilton and down. Boston College ball still tied at 7 as Darryl Porter, who has intercepted a pass. He has also recovered a fumble. Now he blocks a field goal. What a day for number 44. Christmas shopping early, folks. The sleet is coming down in Ann Arbor, tied at 7. We've just had a blocked field goal. It is coming down hard. Football weather in the Midwest. Hasselback brings BC up to the line of scrimmage now. The 28-yard line, 1st and 10. A motion back. The hand now is to Walker. Walker picks his way on the slippery turf out to the 33-yard line. Now let's take a look at the blocked field goal.
This is what the holder sees on a field goal. You'll see the pressure come from the right side. Good lean out there. A kicker has 1.2 seconds to get that off. The timing, I think, was good. The right side wingback did not do a good job of getting a hit on Porter coming around the corner.
Now 2nd and 5. This is about as noisy as you'll hear a crowd in the big house in Ann Arbor. Walker twists and turns and battles his way.
See, they're really fighting, Brent. These kids feel they've got a chance. They came in here big underdogs. They've got an emotional lift, playing as well as they have played in the first half. And they're battling. You won't see them battle any harder than this.
22 points to be exact, Coach.
Yeah.
Third down and 2.
How'd you know that?
I don't know. I read the paper.
Can you believe this weather? Look at that blimp over
This
there.
is football weather. This is what it's all about. Who needs a dome?
As long as we're inside.
Walker is behind Hasselback now.
Come on!
Come on! And it's wrapped up. So BC must punt.
Well, the defense seems fired up. They're all jumping up and down and clapping. I don't know how hard they're coming off the ball, but they got excited on this one. See, actually, I really believe the quarterback, Hasselback, got out of there just a little bit early, and the ball hit the ground, and old Steele, number 81, came around.
Now it's Malecki.
Tough to punt.
Need a good snap in weather like this.
Yeah.
Michigan drops back.
That's a low line drive. He should be able to return this ball.
Winter's going to let it bounce. Oh, what a roll for BC. Down inside the 5-yard line.
He should have never let that ball bounce. See, he's lost his confidence. He's turned the ball over. He's lost his confidence.
But BC's gaining confidence. Football on ABC Sports brought to you by Pontiac and your local Pontiac dealer. We are driving excitement, and just for men, blends away gray in 5 minutes. A 63-yard punt. Michigan will start back from the 4-yard line. Let's go quickly to Jackaroot.
Well, Brent, this is, if you want to call this football weather, I don't call it football weather. It's a monsoon down here. Now, what the teams are doing, as you said, the kickers and the long snappers, they're practicing on both sidelines. But I want to show you one thing that will help the field here. A new innovation here on this prescription athletic turf. They've got drains, but it isn't doing much.
All right, the handoff, Jack, and a very conservative play, as you might expect. A penalty flag has been thrown as Michigan bucks straight ahead with Williams. They have now teamed him with Floyd in that backfield.
Now, when they have two backs in the backfield, defensive coordinator Phil Elmasian told me they were going to go to a bare 46 defense because they felt they could really jam the running game with that 8 people up there.
For the illegal participation on the defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Tried to outnumber him.
Tried out. Not bad if you can get away with it.
Slip one in this weather. You can hide that 12th guy sometimes. You can do that. 7:26 now.
They didn't do anything to stop him down there. That's a critical mistake, though. Just a critical mistake. You have them backed up like that. Now they can open up what they plan to do offensively. If you can do anything in this weather. I think it's going to clear up in a second as I look out here to the right.
What an optimist
About
you
a thousand
are.
seconds.
26 to go. There's the hand now, Williams, trying to keep the ball wrapped up. The one thing you must guard against now is a fumble here with Coleman making the stop.
John Coleman, one of the defensive tackles, what they're doing with those tackles now, they're stunning them, slanting him in a direction, giving him a place to go rather than taking on a big offensive lineman, and that's how they're getting penetration.
Second down and 8. They put it back in Williams' hands, and that is short of the first down. You know, one of the reasons why I love the Michigan band, folks, this is one of the best bands in the world. Now look at this. They don't head for any tunnel. I've seen bands hide this year when it rained, but not the Michigan band. They're still right here. Keep on playing the victors. Here we go, lads. Look at that band. Now,
They're tough. They're tough. Yeah, they're tough. I wonder how those horns sound, though, when they fill up with water.
Third down and 5. Ball on the 24-yard line. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Drives back, rolling to the left. And now it is Michigan who must punt. And if you were ever going to come with a punt block and you thought you could do it, and Boston College does think it, now is the time.
Great timing. See, that was a one-man pattern coming out there. They blocked. They had no one to throw to. He was covered. Nobody else in the pattern. He did what he had to do. Eat the football.
Peristeris will stand inside the 10-yard line when he takes a snap.
They didn't come after it.
Up the middle, just almost at the last second. And it takes a BC bounce again. Almost every kick in this game has taken some sort of a Boston College bounce. It's coming up BC right now, and we'll be right back. Weather is the story here in Ann Arbor. Folks down there in the first row are lifting their shoes and their boots, and Jackaroot, it is just rolling out of the stadium right now.
Brent, but the drainage on the field is working. But let me show you what the Michigan players are wearing underneath. We're going to tell you about it after this play.
Movement. As they sort this out, Jack, pick up on what they're wearing here today.
Brent, these are called dry tees, and they're made by a manufacturer. What the idea is to take the wetness away from the body and kind of absorb it into the material. It guards against hypothermia. It also keeps at least the inside layer of the skin somewhat dry. I don't know how well they're working for the team, but they did bring them along this year, and they're using them today.
Jack, where's your windshield wipers?
Jack, you're kidding me, man. Come on.
I'm telling you, but I'm blind without the glasses.
That's all right.
All right, the ball's at the 30-yard line. It's a 1st and 5 as Michigan defensive lineman on the left side of their defensive line was offside. This drive was set up by that 12-yard punt by Michigan. So it is 1st and 5. Pollock is in motion. Walker, the big back, is down at the 30. No gain. And at halftime, the Gators all over the Volunteers down there in Knoxville, 35-6.
They've done that 3 years in a row prior to this one. Beating them soundly. Now it's going to be 4 years in a row.
2nd down and 5.
They have to get back to their draw game.
Here we are tied at 7. Boston College putting in a Walker. 1st down to the 20-yard line. So it's 1st and 10, and they have gone to the 5'10", 212-pound junior.
Good offensive lineman here, just coming off zone blocking, meaning man-to-man, picking up what crosses your face. Does a good job. Real nice block that time by Dan Oroskovich, the big left tackle. Open up that hole. Nice going, Big Dan.
Now Dragos comes back in at tight end, replacing Frank Chamberlain, who was injured. So 83 back in at tight end. Using the big back on this turf. Walker's free. Rumbles to the end zone. Touchdown, Boston College. Amari Walker rumbles in from the 20-yard line, and the Eagles take a lead.
The key block on that, big Mark Norrie pulled out from the right side position, Brent, and sealed it off and allowed him to get a bounce to the outside. And then just good running ability and poor tackling. You don't see a Michigan team tackle poorly very often. Don't celebrate too much, guys. He's still got a long time to play.
John Matic in to attempt the extra point.
He hasn't had much practice at this year, you know. He's a little rusty.
This will take the hold. Matic will take the extra point.
Up by 7. Settle in, everybody.
The kick is good. Boston College 14, Michigan 7.
Concentrate on the guard pulling out here and sealing, but I really believe that was one of the big keys. Number 71, Mark Norrie, coming around. He seals it off. Right there, he gets that beautiful block there. He actually knocked Jarrett Irons down. I've never seen that done, to my recollection. Nice job, big Mark Norrie, and everybody else on the right side of that offensive line.
Norrie, a senior from Philadelphia, goes around 300 pounds, and number 71 standing up big today at that right guard spot with that block that Dick Vermeil just described. And now the Wolverines find themselves down 7 with 4:22 to go in the third as the big back Walker takes over behind the big guard, Norrie. And after the 12-yard punt, the Eagles move for the go-ahead score.
I think that's a good coaching adjustment, too. Put the big guy with 212 pounds in there, Brent. You know, the turf is a little soggy. He's a little stronger, runs with a little wider base. He can get those pads into people. Good decision. And Mark Norrie doing an awfully good job at that guard position.
Now Maddich kicking it off. Butterfield and Winters deep for the Wolverines. Butterfield is number 1. They're going to kick it off.
They did that on purpose.
An onside kick. They slam it in there on that short side.
They did that on
BC
purpose.
has recovered it.
I've seen that before. I've tried it. Never been successful, but it does work once in a while, Brent. Really well
Great
done.
call by the BC coaches right now.
The element of surprise. The guy right in the middle is going to kick it, hit him right in the belly. See, he's running away from the ball. He does not expect the ball. I did not expect it. Excellent call by Dan Henning.
And Toll-Free, a starting defensive back, pounces on the loose ball. So Boston College leading by 7. Comes back up now to the 48-yard line. BC 14, Michigan 7. Hasselback back under center. Dennis Harding is the motion receiver. Sticking with Walker, why not? The big back, they can't stop him. He's crossed the 40-yard line for another first down.
I'll tell you, Mark Norrie's fired up. He's fired up. He pulls around on this play, does a super job. He gets a down block by his tackle right here, and he steps around and seals off the linebacker. Gets a block by his tight end down. Norrie steps around, bang, he gets his block up in there. Good job.
Boston College drives inside the 40-yard line, leading Michigan by 7 here with 4:15 to go in the third. Now Hasselback rolling to the right. Rolling, sideline, caught, and his receiver was he out of bounds? He was out of bounds on that side. They wave it off. Kenyatta Watson, the intended receiver, was working the sideline, and it is incomplete.
Dan Henning doing a real good job of moving the ball around, moving the pocket for pass protection purposes, not always going straight back, doing the delayed rollout, direct rollout, move misdirection with play action, trying to break the definition of that passing pocket.
2nd and 10 for BC.
Looks like they're coming after him off the corner here.
This is Walker. Plows to the 34-yard line. That's a 5-yard gain for the big bull of a back.
Much easier to convert a 3rd and 5 than it is a 3rd and 10. I mean, a huge difference. See, now you also have the choice of running a draw or a quick trap up inside for a 5-yard situation, rather than the obvious 3rd and 10 and you have to throw and they come after you and they have a good pass rush.
Play is stopped before the snap.
Prior to the snap. Ball start.
So they've given back their gain. So the Associated Press top 25. Tennessee certainly figures to fall if that score holds, and we could have some juggling at the bottom here. Michigan ranked number 8. There you see North Carolina beating Georgia Tech. They've got a big one next week down in Tallahassee against the Seminoles and Florida State coming up. North Carolina seems to have put together a pretty good team this year. 3rd and 11. Ball is back on the 40-yard line, and Hasselback quickly wants Harding over the other side of the formation. Hasselback goes empty and calls timeout. He ran the wrong way on the formation. They wanted the back to come over to the left-hand side, and when he went the wrong way, Hasselback used a timeout. First thing he's telling him is relax. Relax right now, young man. We still got to play. To that promo, Dick, and I hope Mickey Mouse is okay. He took quite a blow there. All right, it's 14-7 now. BC with the ball and the lead, and they come back now for 3rd and 11. Ball is at the 40-yard line. picked up by the middle. Hasselbeck looks down the hole. Diving interception at the 21-yard line by Dadrian Taylor. Ball should have been caught, but in these conditions, it is hard to hold on. And off the deflection, Taylor came up with a huge interception.
He had almost too much time to throw this football. This time, real good. See, they're keeping everybody in. Look at all those white jerseys staying in there to block. He waits, it opens down the hole. He throws it perfectly, and DeCosmo cannot hang on to it. Number 11, and then here comes Dadrian Taylor. Sometimes, as a coach, I don't think you should ever credit or discredit the quarterback on that throw. That's the receiver's fault for that interception.
1st and 10, the ball is at the 21-yard line. And now Dreisbach's going to throw on 1st down. Going to go deep to Streets. Deflected beautifully, and no interference is called. That was sensational defensive play back there. Timmy Davis was the cornerback, and I think he held up in time. It looked like it was going to be interference, but watch if he doesn't go for the ball. Yeah, you bet he does.
Well done. He was sitting back there then, and when they went with a 2-deep corner zone, which is a total change-up on 1st down. But by doing that, you can commit 9 people up front a little more aggressively to the run and just back those corners off. And that was a good job by Tim Davis.
A redshirt freshman, only 5'9", 185. They matched the bigger receiver up against him. 2nd down and 10. Here comes Williams, and there's Collinette, 99, saying, come on back here, number 33.
You know, Collinette has been coming in from the backside and making that play off behind the center. And that, in that case, your guard, this guard, that would be Adamy, should be able to help on that play. To the right side of your screen, you'll see 99 flash into it. He should be handled by the guard, not the center on that play, to prevent him from getting there.
Make it 3rd and 10. Ball on the 21. 99 played a great game. Several defensive players for BC have been standouts, including 44 Porter back in center field. They go 2-deep zone on this. Dreisbach a look at this defense. Come right side, and he's got Shaw. Shaw for a 1st down, out of bounds at the 42-yard line.
Dreisbach had 2 things that time. Number 1, time. Number 2, poised to utilize the time. He just watched, let the pattern develop. See, nice protection. Very good job up in front. And he just waited for the pattern to develop, and then he gets there to Shaw to the right side underneath the zone. Good job by Steve Dreisbach.
You and I have seen Scott Dreisbach operate in the 4th quarter before. And that was in his 1st game against Virginia. The swing now to Williams. Daylight crosses midfield. 1st down. Out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Well, John Saunders, what's the Burger King play of the day?
Well, as you know, the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame looked like they were struggling. Texas had the game in control, but an interception turned it over, and then Autry Denson on 4th and goal takes it in to tie it at 24 apiece, setting up the heroics for the freshman, Jim Sanson. Back to you.
All right, John, and here Michigan trying to mount the tying drive like the Fighting Irish did. 2 minutes left here in quarter number 3. They'll send Williams toward the top of your screen. Dreisbach's going to throw again. He's going to drop off that screen pass. He's going to hit Floyd. It's defended this time. And that was Collinette coming over to make the stop. But Pedro Sereno broke it up.
You know, he did a good job of turning the play back inside so the pursuit could come inside out and make the play. This young man, Sereno, has made at least 10 real good football plays today. And I'm not exaggerating. And he didn't even play last week. Pedro, you're a tough guy.
Second down and 7. Williams now comes toward the bottom. Dreisbach, offensive line holds up. Hits him back over the middle, and he battles to the 38-yard line, short of the 1st down. It's going to be about a 3rd and 3.
You know, I really think he wanted to throw the ball to Tooman, the tight end, going down the right side of the formation, but they did a good job of chucking him and keeping him from releasing the line of scrimmage cleanly, so they just dropped the ball off. And that number 80, Brent, is really a gifted athlete. This guy has a lot of skill. He's a good blocker as well, and just a redshirt sophomore.
Toss. Williams breaks 1 tackle, keeps going. 1st down, got more. Williams out of bounds best of it as he makes his way to the 21-yard line. And he's shaken up.
You know, the backup running back, Chris Howard's not playing today. I hope he's not hurt because they need him healthy. If he comes out, Chris Floyd, the fullback, will come in there. Truman, the big tight end, did a real good job on May blocking the linebacker. Here he is right here coming off the ball on the linebacker. See, he gets a nice block there, and he just drives him, keeps his feet moving. Excellent job. Running back read the block and came up underneath.
So Floyd will check in as running back with Williams out on the sideline, and John Ains is the offset fullback. Floyd to the middle, nothing doing there. That's the time remaining in the third quarter here. Boston College upsetting Michigan by 7. Dick?
You know, when you win a big game like that last week, and then you watch another team, your next opponent, play poorly, it really sets you up. And these kids, I think probably Wednesday, Thursday, were still thinking about what they did last week. And it's hard to turn the emotion back on.
As the final seconds tick away, the end of the third quarter. So Michigan will go up to the other end with 2nd and 10 when we come back. And we'll have the fourth quarter between Boston College and Michigan after this message and a word from our ABC stations. Such good entertainment. The sights and sounds of an outstanding college football game. And now with Michigan down 7, they bring it up to the 21-yard line at Boston College with a 2nd and 10 for Dreisbach. Williams shaken up, still out. Dreisbach time, fires, incomplete, and it'll be 3rd and 10. Ty Streets, the intended receiver.
They got exactly the coverage they wanted. A 2-deep corner sagging zone. He comes in, makes a little push move to the inside to the post, and then breaks for the corner, and he just didn't hit him with the football. Maybe the ball's a little wet. We'll give you a little excuse. It's wobbling for the first time today.
That's the corner where Mercury Hayes did Virginia in Dreisbach's first start last year in their opener, the Pigskin Classic. Now, Michigan with a 3rd and 10. Dreisbach back. Goes for his favorite corner. And Street comes incomplete. They're waving it off. Now he's at the 1-yard line and out of bounds. That's where he caught it. What a great catch by Streets.
They came back with the same type of pattern, a corner pattern, had a totally different coverage this time. So he's getting more of a one-on-one tight look with a safety help back to the inside, and he just used that big frame at 6'4", 180 pounds, and this young man can really jump toe-free, gives him a little bop right there, but actually helps him get open. So he can broad jump 23 feet 7 inches, long jump today.
And Dreisbach bangs toward the goal line for the touchdown. Now for the tying extra point, they'll bring in Hamilton.
With the luck he's been having today, it's not automatic.
He's 0 for 3 in the field goal department. And this now for the tie for Lloyd Carr and the Wolverine coaching staff. They got as much as they bargained for. The players might not have, but the coaches fully expected a tough game here today. So here's Hamilton now. This for the tie.
Oh, I'll tell you, he's lucky.
But it counts. Dreisbach and Michigan have tied it up at 14 all.
Here you have a 5'9" corner on a 6'4" wide receiver running a cornered pattern. Now, this was called 2 times in a row. 2 times in a row. Last time they threw it incomplete against the totally different coverage. This time he got tight man coverage and threw it for a big play.
Michigan kicking it off with Watson and Crittenden back deep for the Eagles. A short, high kick. And another fair catch there at the 31-yard line. That's where BC will take over. Let's go down to Jackaroo. Jack.
Well, Brent, you were wondering where Clarence Williams was during that run. Well, he is on the sidelines suffering from severe cramping in his hamstrings. So far, they have yet to get the cramps out. He's still trying to rub them out. I asked the trainer, what can you do for it? He said, not a whole heck of a lot at this point.
They miss him. He's rushed for 115 yards with 21 carries.
And normally you identify a cramping problem with heat and, humidity. And today, it's just the opposite.
Walker, the running back, behind Hasselbeck. Hasselbeck throwing on first down. The middle's open. He's got it at the 48-yard line. And Kenyatta Watson hangs on for the first down with his helmet being ripped off by Marcus Ray.
Kenyatta Watson did not start this ball game. He has been their starter. He missed the first game of the season due to a suspension with a problem. Now they come out on first down, run a little play action inside to hold those linebackers and run the deep square into him. And they got the ball to him before Dadrian Taylor could get over and take his helmet off him.
Dick, that's his first catch of the day. It goes for 16 yards. Ball out now. The 48-yard line. This time on first down, they come back with Walker. Right slant. Smashes to the 43-yard line. Close to a first down. Sam Sword making the stop for the Wolverines.
This offense has gained some confidence. What they're doing, they're tight end package. And they're getting some mismatches there with their combination of tight ends and running to the weakness of the defense. And those tight ends they're having success at blocking the point man, and that's why they're getting around that corner.
Everson splits way out to the left. But it's Walker. And on second effort, he may have gotten the first down, and he did. A reminder, we've got a good regional lineup coming your way on ABC. Call your cable operator next Saturday. See if maybe you can take a peek at all the games. Never know which one's going to be a good one like this one. UCLA, Michigan, North Carolina, Florida State, Penn State, Wisconsin, Colorado, Texas A&M. On paper, that's an outstanding lineup, but you never know. First and 10, ball at the 41-yard line.
Greg Madison, defensive coordinator. Michigan has made an adjustment. He's got 4 down linemen in there now rather than the 3 package.
And that goes to Everson, and he's defended by Woodson.
They've taken David Bowens, an outside linebacker, number 6, out of the ball game and put in an extra defensive lineman so they get more pressure on the quarterback and maybe a little tougher to run right at him with that 2 tight end package. There's Madison in the middle of your screen.
You know, Dick, we've not seen Woodson offensively since he was rocked back in the first half on that crossing pattern. Walker left side, stopped beautifully by Irons. The big fella, number 37, makes a huge stop.
Boy, that was beautiful. That's just picture-perfect linebacker play. 37 right top of your screen. He scrapes off, meaning he slides inside out to the play, goes right underneath the blocker, gets his helmet across in front of the tackle, ball carry, and makes a nice play and gets up and says, I love it. Come at me again.
And he leaves BC with a tough 3rd and 4. Here it comes. Hasselbeck, middle. Everson's rocked right at the point of the first down. He hung on to the ball as Ray unloaded on him right there, and he had it for a first down, Boston College. What a catch.
Holy mackerel. Boy, that you could feel that hit all the way up here. I'm glad I'm up here. He lays it off to the right side of your screen. Pow! And he holds on to the football. Steve Everson from Valdosta, Georgia.
He has been a big play receiver for BC here today.
For a little guy, 160 pounds.
The ball is at the Michigan 30-yard line. We're tied at 14. Now Walker behind the motion tight end. Cuts back and makes the most of it. Picks up a couple of yards. John Saunders, what are the Huskies up to right now, partner?
Brent, their offense has been rolling. Now a little defense. Keith Smith of Arizona back to pass. Tony Parrish comes up and picks up the ball, and then it's the footwork. A little left, a little right, down the sidelines. Nobody's going to get him. 45 yards on the interception return, 31-10. Brent.
John, you and Todd write it down. The Huskies and USC are heading for a monster on the West Coast. I believe that's down in the Coliseum from the 28-yard line. Hasselbeck will drop it off now. Diving catch by Walker over there on that side. Irons picking him up out of the backfield, but this is going to leave BC now with a 3rd and long.
And the thing they did on that defense that time, they brought the weak side corner and rotated the safety over to make the coverage. And that kind of pressure, you don't expect the corner to come off. In college, they'll bring him off the short side of the field, and Hankins, number 23, was right in his face.
Look for some H-back motion and perhaps to pick up one of the tight ends, something Henning loves to do. It's 3rd and 9, ball at the 28. Straight back under pressure. He's going to have to hurry, and he runs away from the pressure. Now he's got an open field. Incomplete.
Should have never missed him. He should have been able to complete that one. They broke contain on the backside of the defense, and
how
Matt
far
is
could
really
he have
upset.
run, Dick, if he had just pulled it down and taken off?
Maybe not the first down, but if he's tough, he might have made it, and he is tough. He's out there all alone. No blue jersey, just the one behind him. See, and he just lays it to him, and he throws it behind the receiver. Oh, my gosh, he says.
Now Matic.
46-yarder.
Hasselbeck will put it down.
46-yarder.
No good. We are still tied at 14. 10.5 minutes to go in Ann Arbor. Sports brought to you by Plymouth. One clever idea after another. That's Plymouth Chili's Grill and Bar, home of the Big Mouth Burgers. Brewery Fresh Budweiser, who reminds you fresh beer tastes better. And Circuit City, the choice for price, selection, and service. 10:37 left, and Williams checks back into the Wolverine lineup. He has rushed for 115 yards, averaged 5.5 yards a carry, bothered by cramps, but the big fella is in for the stretch.
And he will cramp up again. Normally, they come back. It's my experience. You know, you're hoping you can get a few good plays out of them, but most of the time they come back.
Here he is, set down behind Dreisbach.
They're going to a 2-deep zone.
Right away, picks his way, and a nice 6-yard run for Williams.
They could probably do that all day with that 2 tight end formation. See, 2 tight ends on the line of scrimmage force you to balance up your defensive front because you have 2 strong sides to run toward, and you have a running back like this. See, he can pick it. He can find a place to go. He runs with a wide base. He finds those little areas to run through, and he'll move the ball upfield for you.
Stores and Serino, who is back on the field for BC, making that stop. Now 2nd and 4, ball at the 35-yard line. And Williams, ball! Boston College jumped on it. First indication. But Michigan was able to get back down, and
boy, I saw that ball come up. Big Zach
take a look
Adamy,
at this, Coach.
Here's a trench warfare right now. They're knocking people off the ball right now, getting them off, and the ball gets up in there. Look at that ball pop in the air. There it is. Let's see who picks it up. There's a dog pile under there.
Now
Adamy
3rd and 1. First down, Michigan, and this time, no question about him fumbling. Had it wrapped up with both arms as he crashed across the 40-yard line.
And that's a good judgment call. If you've got an All-American offensive center, why not run right up behind him? You know, he's 295 pounds, Rod Payne is, out of Miami, and he said to say hello to his mother, Linda, so I'm doing it for you, Rod. Now you better keep blocking. There he is right there. Probably a first-round draft choice. I mean, he's a quality player.
Ball at the 42-yard line for a first down. Fake Dreisbach's hit by Serrano, but he's got Tuman open all alone. They burn the blitz. Tuman is loose. Touchdown, Michigan leads. Oh, baby, what a throw. Dreisbach was hit on the release, but he saw Tuman wide open.
That's It's the same play they threw to him in the first half against that defense, though this time they caught him in a different defense. They blitzed, and they blew the coverage and turned him loose inside there. He's too skilled an athlete. He has tremendous athletic ability. He has good mobility, as he just proved there. Good speed. You got to get the ball in his hands. Good call. It worked before. Come back with it.
Now let's see what Remy Hamilton looks like. Block, extra point. Oh, Boston College is still alive. Folks, it ain't Remy time in Ann Arbor.
Right here on that touchdown play. He came off right here. Now, I'm not sure what was called coverage-wise, but one of these linebackers was supposed to picking up because the safety is over here picking up. They ran this in the first half successfully. Obviously, the linebacker just blew it. And it's right down the hole. My gosh, you'll never see a guy that wide open.
Now, the extra point, and it is blocked. And Dick, what's the problem with Hamilton here?
It looks like to me that he's getting way too, look how bunched he looks. He's getting way too close to the ball.
Chris Hoban blocks the extra point. And on the sideline, Scott Dreisbach's reaction to the blocked extra point.
He is a competitor, this guy.
His touchdown pass has Michigan leading, but only by 6. 8:59 to go. This is Kenyatta Watson from the 3-yard line. Watson busts. There's a penalty flag down as Watson returns it to the 28-yard line. But it was thrown by the referee in a position that there might have been an illegal. Yes, there was. A block against BC. Nullifies a good return.
Brent, I'm going to repeat myself. But Boston did a beautiful job of running the draw play with aggressive blocking by the guards and draw blocking by the tackles in the first half, and they have not come back with that.
During the return, an illegal push in the back on the receiving team. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Well, there's your primetime lineup tomorrow. Starts at 7, 6 Central. America's Funniest Home Videos, followed by Lois and Clark, and then the Sunday night movie, Two Mothers for Zachary, all on ABC tomorrow night. 8:54 remaining. It's 20-14 Michigan.
They're back in their 3-down lineman defense now against this offense.
Walker is the running back. Here's Walker. Picks his way through the middle. Nice run by Walker to the 11-yard line.
See what Walker is doing following the lead backer in there. He just puts his hand on that lead back, and then he just keeps those feet moving.
Let me check that, Dick. That was out to about the 16. He started back on the 11-yard line. Soared there defensively for the Wolverines.
I think Omari Walker is starting to make a move for that starting position and hold on to it. Strong running in the second half.
So 2nd and 5. Hassel back to throw, under pressure, steps away. Now, keeps it to the 17-yard line. David Bowens, the defender.
It was real good pressure initially that flushed him there by William Carr. Got penetration in there and forced the scramble from the right side of your screen. 96 nose guard gets in there. Here he comes. He's very quick for a 285-pounder. He forced him back up inside. Good thing he tucked that ball back underneath. They want to strip it down there.
3rd and 4, and BC has not been good on 3rd downs in this game. This has not been their situation. They're only 2 of 11 on 3rd down. Everson's the motion receiver. Everson makes the catch, and they convert number 3, and it's huge.
They only had a couple people out in the pattern, but if they're only attacking a specific area, they run a receiver deep and run him in a little delay underneath him. And I'll tell you, this guy is just a squirt at 5'10", 160 pounds, but he plays like a big guy.
Ball on the 29-yard line for BC. 7:27 remaining. Michigan leads by 6. Walker slashing, cuts back. Took on about 4 different defenders as he made his way for 2 tough yards.
I'm impressed with this guy. We saw him play last year. He's more impressive right now. He had a lot of honors, a lot of accolades coming to Boston College, and right now he's proven all those people correct. The offensive line's doing a good job, especially the combination of tight ends there. Scott Dragos at tight end's doing a nice job.
2nd and 7. They're going to use Walker to the short side, picks his way. very close to the first down. The spot will determine whether or not he had it.
Scott Dragos, number 83, just blocked David Bowen's butt right off the line of scrimmage. Nice job. And he didn't play last week. He was injured. But the key to it is right here by this tight end coming off and blocking the outside linebacker. That should not happen. Boom, he knocks him off the ball. Really beautiful job.
And, Coach, it's a first down for BC. 6:40 to go.
They need that fourth down lineman against those two tight ends.
Ball on the BC 40-yard line. Hasselback, play action, middle, open, got Watson and crushed at the Wolverine 43, but he hangs on and takes a rip from Irons. 17 yards before he's walloped.
Play action passing. When you play action pass, you tie up these backers in there. See him throws to the line of scrimmage. Now that allows a passing lane in behind him. He had good timing like that. They've been running the ball. They have to acknowledge that run fake. He throws it. He has time. Good job.
Watson is the slot receiver to the left-hand side, and a timeout being called by Michigan. So the defense calls Michigan's first timeout of the second half. Both Boston College and Michigan, 2 timeouts apiece remaining. We'll be right back. Turn here in the second half in Ann Arbor. Boston College trailing by 6. 6:25 to go in the fourth now. Hasselback with a 1st and 10. The big back to the short side picks his way to the 40-yard line for 3 yards.
See what happened then. Now they have 4 down linemen, and instead of blocking a linebacker so successfully like they did last series, the tight end Dragos is coming off trying to block a big defensive lineman who penetrated underneath, and he couldn't get him blocked. Big difference when you try to block a 280-pounder or a 220-pounder.
Dragos is 83. You can see he's always switching. 89, another tight end. Pollock has been in motion a lot in this game. They load them both to the left side, and they bring Pollock through the formation.
They're blitzing up inside.
Hasselback, gonna have to hurry. Throws it away, and it is incomplete. There's a tight end right there. He's an eligible receiver.
Yeah,
that's a smart move by Hasselback.
Yeah.
He wants grounding, but Hasselback picked up a tight end at the end.
And there has to be a receiver with the rule within catching distance of that ball. Has to be able to catch it, and there definitely was a guy there.
As Irons was bringing the quarterback down, so now make it 3rd and 7. BC comes up with another of those 3rd downs. They're 3 of 12 today.
Critical, and they haven't picked up that crossing blitz by the 2 linebackers yet.
Watch the middle. BC has looked back to the middle when they've been in trouble. Hasselback's looking left this time. Gonna be sacked. Fumble! Michigan recovers!
Joaquin Fazil got in there and stripped him with a football. Big old number 90.
And Bowens pounced down on the football. He's one of the defenders there at the 46-yard line.
Joaquin Fazil making a big play. Pressure will come from the right side of the screen. The number 90, here he comes. He gets him, and now he reaches in and knocks the ball out. There it is on the ground, and there goes Bowen. Another look. He gets good penetration inside. He just keeps running. They had his cross-charge stunt inside. Hard to pick it up.
Now drives back at Michigan. Will try to kill 5.5 minutes. They'll use Williams to the 41. BC must gamble. They must have the ball back.
That's right. And Porter is up there making more hits. Now that's the safety. And I'll tell you, there's a hole in the side of that defense 100 yards wide. He's struggling. He's a tough guy. He's growing up, this young guy. Averaged over 10 yards a carry in high school, and he's going to end up averaging over 5 yards a carry today. Tough running.
Now remember, this is a team which survived that tough game in Colorado a week ago. Now comes in here and got more than they bargained for today. 3-touchdown favorite, and Boston College has made them work into the 4th quarter.
But they come in with big Chris Floyd at 225 pounds, and he's a pounder, the kind of guy you'd like in this kind of situation, Brent. Put some responsibility on the offensive lineman, come off and block, and give it to the big back.
Junior from Detroit. They'll be looking to force a fumble. Quick pop. Shaw juggled, incomplete.
See, they did the right thing. I'm not sure they're not audibling to that when they look up there and see that sagging too deep. Scott Dreisbach. I coached his uncle for 4 years with the Philadelphia Eagles, Tommy Ehlers. And boy, he was a tough competitor.
He's had a lot of influence on Scott's life.
Yes, he has. He's been a good guiding force. He was a good guiding force for me in my organization, too.
3rd and 5 for Dreisbach. They're going to throw for it. Down the sideline, Streets, one-on-one. Can't hold on, incomplete. Here comes Brian Greasy. You would expect a pooch punt right now, and it's a big moment in this football game.
And he can throw, being a quarterback. You know, I don't quite understand on 3rd and 4 and you're trying to maintain ball control while you try to score. All you're trying to do is make first downs and eat up the clock.
Yeah, absolutely. Run the draw play, which you said they should have gone. Yeah. And here's Greasy, the pooch man.
They'll probably play a defense rather than a punt rush.
They've got Watson back as a return man.
Nice poocher, nice pooch. Get up there and field it.
He's got it at the 10, and he's going to be swallowed. 90 yards away, 4:50 to go for BC. Greasy does his job again. There's the lineup. 3:30 Eastern Time, regional coverage on ABC.
They're all good football games.
We're going to go down to Tallahassee and take a look at those Knowles against
We've been there before. Huh?
Oh,
we
yeah.
know that town. They played well the other night, too.
Last time I saw Carolina was still ahead, so that'd be a game battle of the unbeaten. Florida State rips North Carolina State the other night.
Yeah. North Carolina was winning, I think, today.
First down, here's Walker. And Walker to the 18-yard line.
They're doing a real good job of that formation. It's a short corner with a wing there, and they're pulling the guard around. Again, it was Mark Norrie coming around and sealing it, and they're just mushing up there. They have to have a bigger lineman in that position, in that wing, other than that linebacker, or they're going to just keep running.
Second down and 1. Has time. Receivers covered. He'll use his running back, Walker. Oh, Walker puts it on the ground. Walker put it down, but he was there for a first down. Whistle dead. That was William Carr, number 96.
He is a nose guard. He has pressure on the quarterback. He rushes him. He comes down the line of scrimmage on the throw. Number 96 offset right there in the middle of your screen. This is what it takes to be an All-American nose tackle. Guts, they're blocking him. 2 people there. He's working. Now there's a 3rd guy comes by him. He wheels off. The scramble takes place. He throws the ball from the left side of your screen. Here he will come. Pow! That's 280 pounds making contact. Great effort by William Carr.
So they have gone not to Quentin Lee, but to Mike Cloud.
He ran pretty well last week. Had a good year last year, too. Ran for 6 yards a carry.
In that first half, we saw Quentin quite a few times, but here's Cloud now. He's 196. He's a sophomore out of Portsmouth, Rhode Island. And he's into that running back spot with Walker out. Here's his carry. And it's going to be 2nd and long for a yard. Let's go to Jackaroo.
Well, Brett, Mike Cloud had a good year last year, but not a great year, and many people thought he was suffering from turf toe. Through the whole year, they thought that was the problem. It wasn't until he went home at Christmas time that he discovered that there was a cyst on his toe instead. They had to do bone graft surgery. They brought him back for spring practice, and the rest is history. He's out here now, replacing an injured player.
He's the running back right now, Jack. Everson being pressed by Woodson off a play fake. Hasselback fires. He's open. Watson at the 47-yard line, and somehow Taylor over there lost him.
I think they blew the coverage because the 2 safeties are talking to each other. See right now, that's Hankins up there on him, and he slips and falls down. That's what happened. And the safety's supposed to get over there to help, and he gets over late. Here he comes in the right-hand bottom of your screen. He just fell down on the turf.
And a 28-yard gain at the 3:06 mark. So on first down, Hasselback straight back, fires sideline, complete, and Everson the junior from Valdosta, Georgia.
I'll tell you, the pass rushers from Michigan are getting tired. They're getting up slow. They're sucking air, boy.
Now 2:59, and remember, there was a missed extra point. Michigan leads by 6, not 7. BC 39 yards away.
Take a look at those guys. They're breathing deep.
Gonna go deep near sideline. Woodson, and out of Watson's hands, incomplete. Woodson was the defender.
Boy, if I were going to throw deep, I would not throw deep to that guy on Woodson's side. Here it is. He's going to see a little stop and go. Oh, I see what they're trying to do. Take advantage of the bad turf. He plants his feet and slips, but he has great recovery ability.
Watson almost had that ball. Let me tell you, watch this right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is right there.
Yeah.
You bet.
Had a shot at it.
2nd and 10. The ball is at the 38-yard line. Here comes the blitz.
They haven't picked up this stunt yet. They don't do it again.
Hasselback for his life. Near side, knocked away. Everson, the intended receiver. Hankins, the defender.
They haven't blocked this linebacker blitz all day. He's been free all it takes. He got the linebacker in here, and they bring Irons in behind him, and they haven't picked up that combination. See, the linemen have to switch off, and he switched off too late. See, and they turned him loose. Every time he's been clean today.
So now it's 3rd and 10.
Big play.
But overall, they're 3 of 14, but he has a better percentage when he passes the ball, as he will here.
And I think he's got 2 downs to make the 10 yards, Brent. I really do.
Looking for Walker, fake, set the screen in the middle of the tight end, and it's defended by you-know-who. Jarrett Irons jumped on Scott Dragos.
He isn't going to make many mistakes. I talked with Gerald on the field the other day. He was looking forward to it. He was concerned a little bit about maybe being cocky. This guy is a very disciplined football player coming from a football family. His parents weren't able to come today because his younger brother plays high school football in Texas, and they had to go to his game.
Here is 4th and 9. They need to reach the 28-yard line for a first down.
Coming delayed blitz.
Hasselback, middle, high, Everson, incomplete, Michigan's ball. Michigan takes over at the 38-yard line. Marcus Raves, the defender, in behind Everson.
See, they come with the blitz. You'll see this, and they brought the corner off the top of the screen. And here he is, number 6, coming in out there, coming in there, and they picked it up all right, but it forced him to throw the ball a little bit high, distracted him. See, and I don't know if Everson wanted a piece of that one. Yeah, he got hit in the back, too.
2:07. Now first down for the Wolverines. They will attempt to kill the clock. Chris Floyd is the running back.
They had problems with this a week ago.
Strong run by Floyd. Kept going, made the most out of it. Squeezed out 3 and perhaps 4 yards on that run.
Well, Phil Elamazian, the defensive coordinator for Boston College, he's the 4th defensive coordinator these kids have had in 5 years. He's got to be very, very proud. Last night in visiting with him, he was terribly upset with the performance of last year. He said, I don't know if we've hit bottom yet. Only tomorrow we'll find out. Well, these kids have a lot of character, Phil, and they've come back strong.
Now, Dick, pretty soon everybody's going to recognize that Virginia Tech is a pretty good football team.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
They're not as good as Michigan, but they're a pretty good football team.
2nd and 7. Ask the Longhorns about last year's Nokia Sugar Bowl. His fumble! And the quarterback Dreisbach went and recovered it. Oh, baby! It was on the ground and up for grabs. But there's the competitor Dreisbach diving back in after it.
Muffed exchange. See, what happened here, the quarterback does not settle at the mesh point. He runs through the mesh point. The running back is cutting back prior to getting the ball and runs right into the quarterback.
BC calls timeout. They'll have 1 left. We'll be right back. Attendance here today, 105,219, and most of them still here in Ann Arbor, and a lot of them out in the parking lots watching on TV, keeping their fingers crossed if they're Michigan fans. BC, they want to stop. It's 3rd and 9 right now.
Illegal motion.
Dreisbach, don't see a penalty flag.
There should have been one.
Dreisbach's not going to get it. Michigan must punt anyway.
That running back was moving forward and didn't reset. He can move parallel, but he can't move forward.
At 107, Michigan is forced to punt. Maybe they did pick
Timeout.
There you
Boston
go.
College.
That's their
last timeout.
Last timeout, exactly. Well, Coach, if they were ever going to go after a punt, they have blocked a field goal and they have blocked an extra point. You would think now that the Eagles would overload here with 107 and at least give it a shot.
And they have some skilled kids, the type of kids that can come off the corner. Michigan is using a zone type protection tight inside to 2 wide outs. They might even bring those 2 wide sprinters in and protect. The big thing is to get the ball off.
They have been able to find an opening in the middle.
Yes. Toll-free number 26 is a real quick guy. He's the corner that's really stepped up. See which punter they're going to
it's
use.
interesting because I think maybe in this situation, Brian Greasy causes them, perhaps he has a quicker release, and he also gives them a little bit of a threat. Surely they're not going to do that. So Brian Greasy,
it's a tight punt formation, see?
Is in the punt right now. There are 10 on the line, and Greasy does get it off, which is all he had to do in that situation. And it'll roll dead at the 27-yard line. 59 seconds remain in this football game.
The only choice they have now in offensive design is work the ball to the sideline. The clock will stop on first downs, but they've got to get the ball to the sideline.
And Michigan will use 5 defensive backs. Winters checks in as the nickel man.
So they got 4 downs.
And Woodson is at right corner. He'll go toward the top of your screen. Woodrow Hankins comes toward the bottom of your screen for Michigan.
They're running a short corner
blitz. It's picked up. Hasselback running for his life with Winters chasing him. The nickelback's got him. He tried to shovel the ball out of bounds and stop that clock on the far side.
See, that's inexperience. He should have just thrown the ball downfield. See, now he takes a loss of about 6 yards. Just fling the ball. Good pressure, good change-up call.
Well, we welcome those of you who watch North Carolina and Georgia Tech. Dick Vermeil and Jack Arute, I'm Brett Musburger. You're tuned into the last 49 seconds of Boston College and Michigan. It was tied at 14. Michigan scored. The extra point was blocked. Now Hasselback for Boston College. Deflected. Irons has it on the deflection by Winters. So there is Jarrett Irons, number 37, with the interception, and that'll seal the victory for the Wolverines. But they came into this one favored by 3 touchdowns. Dan Henning and the Boston College Eagles gave unbeaten Michigan all they wanted today. And here is the linebacker at work. He's a finalist, or he will be, for the Butkus Award. And don't be surprised if Irons doesn't win it. He came back for his senior year at Michigan. He plays all out on every down.
He does both real well. Stop the run and rush the passer. He's had success blitzing today. There was a nice scrape off. He's a man amongst boys.
Now they will kneel down in the crowd here, just hoping that the Wolverines can kill this clock and not have a repeat of last year or last week in Boulder.
This ball was batted by Winters, number 35, up in the air, just like playing volleyball. I bat it to you.
You know, what is it, folks, about 20? You know, if I lived in Michigan and I was getting ready to play the lottery, I would insist on the number 20. Maybe that should be the Powerball number. I mean, each of the first 3 games, the Wolverines have scored 20 points. And how many did they get against Texas A&M in the bowl game last year? I don't remember off the top of my head, but they've done 20 again this year. There it is. Michigan stays unbeaten. There's our Chevrolet players of the game. Darryl Porter, the safety, who played his heart out for Coach Henning today. And, of course, Williams, who was Mr. Everything in that backfield. Yep, they got 20 points against Texas A&M in a bowl game. Well, stay tuned now for the Thrifty Car Rental postgame report featuring scores and highlights from across the land.